Bling. Ticket, please. All aboard the Warp Express. From destination A to destination B in little more than 10 seconds. Punch your first class tickets now for the most efficient way to travel in the city. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the stream. We got a Limbus stream today because I love this game. This is probably one of my favorite games at the moment. It's my favorite gacha game of all time. And a new event just came out. Today, we're boarding a warp train. If you don't know, then you don't know. But if you know, you know. We're not going to faff around. We're going to get straight into it. But before I do that, hello everyone. I see a Tomato, I see a Nia, I see a Scarlet. Oh my god, is that Faust from Limbus Company, I forgot what, Limbus Company bus team? Oh my god, Faust, I'm such a fan. I can't wait to see what happens to you in the warp train. I mean that in the least malicious way possible. Every Limbus player I know preaches this game like gospel. I'm no different, Neo. I preach this game like gospel because it is my gospel. Like this game series has single-handedly converted me into a Koreaboo. I'm not easily swayed either. I'm a Fate fan. I was a Fate fan. And then Project Moon showed me what's actually good in the world. I highly recommend diving into the rabbit hole. Anyway, we're gonna get into this. Whoa. Fancy. Am I the only one that's getting like Star Wars vibes from this this splash, this splash background? It especially like this guy here. I get a lot of Star Wars vibes from him. He's like a bounty hunter you just kind of meet in like the cantina or something. I do like the style. It might also be the style. It kind of reminds me of like the Star Wars comics. With that helmet for sure. Yeah, the helmet. Yeah, the helmet's very... I can't really attribute it to like a specific element in Star Wars, but it do look like that. So I know we have the multi-crack, I believe they're called, office of fixers, which is what this person's from. They seem to be a fixer office that enjoys prosthetics, since both of the examples that we've seen heavily rely on prosthetic, like, body augmentations. Which is very interesting. They also did mention P-Corp, so I'm wondering if P-Corp's gonna have any presence in this chapter. Could be P for prosthetic. That would make them... I mean, that would make sense. We don't know who makes the majority of prosthetics in the city yet. And also, that would make them the arch nemesis of N-Corp, who are incredibly fascist against any kind of artificial augmentation of the human body. Anyway, I'm gonna get straight into it. First class. Alright, that's right. We got first class tickets on the warp train. Those aren't cheap, I'll have you know. Imagine going first class in a plane. Now multiply that by like 100. Would you like to know about P-Corp? This is information already available. Is it information that is revealed in this event? Also, of course, Faust would be the person to ask about this, because, Faust is a walking encyclopedia. Faust knows everything. Or is it, like, information that's available from, like, Distortion Detective or something? Because I have read Distortion Detective and Leviathan. I might have just forgotten, like, any details about P-Corp in those. But if it's information from this event, I will gladly discover it for myself. That's always the fun thing about this. While I wait for the answer, I'm just going to go straight in. And we're going to put this on auto. Actually, we don't need to put on auto, because it's not voiced, is it? I usually only auto the story if it's voiced. Full immersion. Alright. How did this happen? First, we boarded the warp train to get to our next destination. Oh, we're going to P-Corp! Previous information. Faust is not allowed to disclose future information to the manager. Much appreciated. Yes, but please, by all means. It will serve as a reminder to me, and perhaps as an infomercial for everyone else in the chat. I didn't actually know we were going to P-Corp, though. Like, for the longest time, I was like, I don't recall if they mentioned the destination of the warp train. So we're going to P-Corp, which sounds like... So, Don Quixote's chapter takes place in P-Corp? I was about to say, oh no, a spam bot. Sick 'em, Nia. And, you did it. You did it before the words can even escape my mouth. Bravo. Nia's like my attack cat. My guard cat. Malware's greatest soldier. Exactly. I point, you kill. I'm just a computer program, that's all I can do. I'll point at things. Got into our fancy first-class flash freeze hibernation capsules, and we were supposed to arrive at P-Corp after a quick blink of an eye. But... Dante, please respond. There's... So Faust has just opened our cryo chamber. There's frost on Dante's face. Oh, he's gonna get, like, cryo sleep sickness. I've played RimWorld. I know what happens when you yank someone out of a cryo casket. It's not pretty. It gets very messy. The first thing I saw when my vision returned was the perplexed look on Faust, who had entered hibernation at the same time as I did. Then I realized that we woke up mid-transit on the warp train. Which could only mean that we're now stranded in some lost, unknown dimension? I understand your considerable degree of disorientation, but... What? What the hell happened? First things first. Let's rewind and return to the very start of this highly unfavorable situation we find ourselves in. A few days ago, they like to do the in media res, don't they? I've noticed that in like the recent events, they do the in media res a lot. I don't mind it, but sometimes it does get a bit old. I'm very like 50-50 on in media res like techniques, because it's like, it feels like, on one hand, it's a cinematic technique to, like, get the hook into you, like, immediately. It's to engage the audience immediately. Like, you put some flashy, impactful scene, you know, no one has any idea what's going on, you wonder how they got there, and, you know, then it's just, like, everything just happens off of that. It's like, let's go back to the beginning. They get you with that hook. Yes, yeah, exactly. Hook you right away. On the other hand, more likely to confuse you right away. That's true as well, but I think confusion's not too bad, because then you go into it with just like, well, at least like now I'm gonna find out why. Like, I have no idea what any of this is, but now we're gonna get into it. Let's see what this is all about. But I don't know, it gets old sometimes, just because I like it when I have a more immersive start to a story, if that makes sense. I mean, not all the time, but, like, sometimes I just enjoy it when we just get into the story as is. Especially if it's, like, continuing on from something. Yeah, this is exactly where the last story segment came off of. Okay, Faust is going to expand on P-Corp. Indeed, P-Corp specializes in prosthetics. Indeed, Sinclair's father had to deal to work with them and manufacture parts before his recruitment. They most likely work along with X Corp, making use of materials and supply a wide range of clients spread across the city. Oh! Was it mentioned in Kanto 3? I totally forgot that, but that would make sense, considering what Sinclair's family was like. They were, like, slowly converting themselves to full, like, prosthetic bodies before they got purged by N Corp. And I figured they'd be working with X Corp because I have multi-crack Office Faust, and she does mention that the prosthetics that they have are like made of like super tough alloys, and I recall that's an X Corp thing. The only thing we know about X Corp, well, we know a couple things about X Corp. From what I know, they specialize in a nigh indestructible alloy that they kind of like supply to all the other corps. I think they make tools as well, because I remember Catherine in Kanto 6, when she was a child, wanted an X Corp brand wrench. I don't know if there's special properties about it, but it seemed implied that that was like maybe a specialty wear of theirs. Maybe it's all linked together, who knows? Yep, that's where it all started. There I was, still perplexed by the incidents at T-Corp, with my awful idea of clearing the air by asking Virgilius for our next destination, not knowing the storm that my innocent question would bring. Man, Don Don's about to become a sci-fi indie title. We're now en route to T-Corp Warp Train Station. Oh, she's in denial. Don Quixote's currently in denial. That's... she knows she's coming up next. Or maybe she's just afraid of the warp trains. I don't think P-Corp was mentioned yet. I like how Virgilia seems to have, like, warmed up to us. Also, I forgot to say, thank you, Faust, for the, Thank you for the information. It definitely triggered my memories. I can't believe I forgot such a... I'm usually on top with my, my wing intel. The P-lore. Oh, here we go. We're born in the warp train to get to P-Corp. And then the crowd went mild. Everyone was just like, oh no. We don't like the sound of that. It was only natural that sinners immediately fell into a state of collective dumbfounded shock. None of the sinners have any history of working at W Corp, but we're actually taking that train. Through what vague information we could gather from the identities, we all had some fragmentary knowledge about the terrible secrets of the warp train's operations. I initially considered hiding this information from the rest of the sinners, but since sharing things with everyone and letting them get their 2 cents in usually ended up being pretty helpful more often than not, I've been sharing more of these as of late. I feel like that's gonna be kind of like a, okay, thanks manager, but I didn't ask. I really didn't want to know that. And Dante's just like, oh, okay. They'll exclude you from the future lectures. Are they supposed to remember their memories from being merged with the identities? So for all I remember, the identities override them. So they do become that version of themselves temporarily, but then once the battle is over and the identity is like taken away from them, they just don't remember what happened. I wonder if like the further we uptie our identities, the more they start to kind of merge with the sinners, so they start recounting more and more experiences. Maybe there's something in there. Maybe that's part of the contract. Who knows? Would you like Faust to explain this? Go ahead. Why not? I think I have the general gist of it, but I'd like to see what the Faust explanation is. I just like listening to Faust. Yeah, we have the real Faust in chat right now. It's amazing. Like, this chat has been blessed. Now I can say the line. I can say, Faust, this is real. I've always wanted to say that. I've always wanted to say that in a context that makes sense. That's what I should say. I could say whatever, you know, but it makes all the difference when you say it when it's relevant, right? Thank you, Honglu, for describing the entire process. Alright, Ryoshi. Alright, Ryoshi, calm down. Mentions the potential, like, even the most meager potential for gore and awful things, and Ryoshi's just like, that's my fetish. Like, dang girl, alright. We know! You don't have to remind us every time. Oh, here we go. Dante's literally going to it now. Even when the sinners wear their identity through my identity cards, the identity's memories or beliefs don't bleed into them once it's over and done with. I remember when Faust explained that, due to the risks associated with embracing such influences, there was a filtering process to intentionally block them from reaching the sinners. That's why the sinners could use the identities of some of our worst enemies without getting infected by their philosophies and whatnot. True. We have Captain Ahab for Ishmael, literally her arch nemesis. But it also meant that they couldn't retain any new information that each identity had to offer. That's why I keep a record of some things that sound particularly important and sometimes share it with the rest of the sinners. My voice doesn't really carry well past the window, so most of our communications are one-sided. But I had an abundance of W Corp identities, so it wasn't difficult to piece together the truth behind the trains. True! I believe W Corp is the faction with the most identities in the game so far. We have about 7 of them, which is a lot. Like, they're the first faction, I think, where we have more members of that faction than the default party size, which is pretty cool. Oh no, wait, no. What about Liu? Oh no, I think Liu's association also is 7. Let me count. Ishmael, Rodia, Gregor, Honglu, Ryoshu, Merso. No, that's 6. No, we didn't have a full party for the longest time. That's why it's throwing me off, and then we got... No, I feel like I'm missing someone. Who knows? When using identities, the sinner temporarily take on the memories of those identities, and can partially talk about their experiences, if just one-sidedly through Dante's PDA screen. While those memories are erased to prevent mental corruption, the manager can choose to repeat those conversations. Also, muscle memory may still remain after repeated use. Oh, okay, so so most of that was knowledge I had. I didn't know about the muscle memory thing. That's interesting. Makes me wonder, like, if I, like, use a certain identity a lot, and then afterwards they're just like, man, oh, my back's killing me. But maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, a specific example here. But, maybe ignorance really is bliss. Ain't that the truth? Your alarm, the response is impossible. Okay. Look, Faust. It's you. Or I guess another version of you. Is the Faust in our chat an identity? Oh, typo. Localization typo. Kim. Maintenance is an order. Give us 300 lunacy. Please. Yeah, what about the bus? Is the bus coming into first class? Sharon is pitching in. No one to feed Mephi when Sharon's gone. No. Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so you do transport cargo on warp trains. I guess that makes sense. Like, I don't know why that wouldn't be the case. So Mephistopheles is going to be in the cargo bay, essentially. Yeah, first class passengers! So typically on the warp trains, if you get a general passenger pass, you have to sit on there for the entire journey, and if it wasn't apparently clear, the warp train journey does not take 10 seconds, it takes a very long relative time. You basically go into a dimension where time flows slowly. The relative time for people inside the train stands still, so like they can't die because their time is frozen, but like, you know, all kinds of like messed up shit can still happen to them without them dying. That's why like people just tend to go insane, because you literally spend like thousands of years of time like just frozen in the warp train, to the point where most of the time all the passengers kind of like mutilate themselves and become like horrific monstrosities. And that's why you have the W Corp cleanup crew to, once the train reaches its destination, the warp cleanup crew will come in, subdue the threats, and return everyone to original forms before wiping their memories. To the passengers, it's only a 10-second journey. And that's the whole shindig that W Corp has been running this entire time. If you're first class, however, you get the benefit of being cryogenically frozen for the entire trip, so nothing bad happens to you. Some people wonder what the point of the first class seats are, because, you know, it's only a 10-second journey. So I think it's implied that the people who take first class, they're either just rich and they want to be separated from the riffraff, or they know. They know. Oh, there are normal trains in the city as well. Yes, Heathcliff, we know you come from an impoverished background. Yeah, like I said before, first class tickets are very expensive. Like, it's not just like, oh, this would be a nice upgrade to my, like, flight kind of thing. Or like, I got some extra bonus pay, so I'm gonna treat myself to a first class flight. No, this is like... I think it'd be like the equivalent of like $10,000 or something for like a first class ticket, in comparison to like a normal train fare. She's right about that. But you already have a personalized private capsule, Gregor. Literally in the bus, your room is personalized to you. Why is this news? Unless you have like something really depressing. There you go, flash freeze hibernation capsules. Man, how useful would those be? I would literally go into hibernation for like, I don't know, a year or something. I would just announce, yo guys, I'm going to hibernation for a year. I just want to dream for a bit. And then I'll just be gone for a year, but for me it'd be like a second. And then I'll wake up and just like, hey guys, I'm back. Whoa, what the hell happened? It's like, country's gonna be overridden with anarchy. All my friends are going to be gone. No, that's depressing. Let's not go on with that. That's really depressing. Let's do an amount of time. Blah blah blah. Yep. There must be a reason to the first class tickets. Like, obviously money is a thing, but like, money isn't like, I mean, money is a lot in the city, but like, I'm wondering how much it means to a corporation. No, actually, I think first class tickets are like a majority of the revenue for W Corp, so maybe that's why they offer them like that. Thanks, Otis. Otis literally was like, well, they could have saved money. They could have thrown us under the bus, so to speak. Oh, Ishmael's getting the pamphlet out. Classic tourist. Yeah, I'd imagine there's like imagine there's a high amount of security that prevents general admission, or general passengers from accessing the first class facilities. Otherwise, that'd be a huge problem. Oh my god, that look in her eyes! I don't know if she seems enthusiastic or losing her mind. Maybe a bit of both. I know Ishmael likes to get fanatical about luxuries like that. Don, it's fine to say you enjoy the prospect of a first-class seat. Yeah, everyone was interested. I could sense that there was a growing consensus among the sinners that even a warp train trip might be acceptable if it meant they could ride in the first-class seats. Okay, so Ryoshu wants the scenic route. She wants to spend thousands of years in frozen time purgatory. Merso just seems reluctant to get on the train at all. Which is interesting. Maybe Merso is like a country boy. He doesn't like technology. He pretended not to hear her. That takes a lot of mental fortitude to ignore a woman like Ryoshu, if I'm completely honest. It's very brave, but I guess Virgilius is probably the bravest person in this setting right now. Yeah, Don's nervous because I think she knows that her turn is coming up, so to speak. Oh, never mind. She's on about something else. I've heard tell her we must board with our feet free for... She doesn't want to get rid of her boots? Oh, because it's it's her horse, her steed. What's Don Quixote's steed called? Roccacante or something? I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how it spells out to me, I think. Roccacante. She's like, you have to remove your shoes? Oh, she's trying to hide from the foot people. Does this mean that technically that Don Quixote's feet have like mythical status because no one's ever seen them? Are they like the El Dorado for foot fetishists? I'm saying some wild things right now. Some of them are regrettable. But you have the pamphlet! Come on, Ishmael, read that pamphlet. Oh yeah, there you go. She's gonna be occupied for like the next hour now. Reading the fine print. Wow! Don't be dissing my boy's shoes. Those are Catherine's favorite shoes. You can't shit talk those. It's not on. He responded as somewhat serious if tainted by that familiar annoyance tone. Oh. Okay. I guess he just was... I guess he really... Unless he knows something. He either just really didn't want to deal with Don Don's shit right now, or he knows what the deal with her shoes are. Wait. Hold on, what? Oh, this is continuing on from the last 6.5. Got it. The Northern Fixer. Oh, yo? What's this? What's this now? Yo, it's the warp train station. Oh, it looks like, I mean, I don't know what... It reminds me of, it reminds me of King's Cross. Of course it does. It's fucking London. It's T-Corp. Makes me think of Metropolis a little bit. Actually, you know what this does? This reminds me of Trails of Cold Steel. It reminds me of the station trails. Except, you know, way more monochrome and industrial. Also, the warp train itself reminds me of Eurostar. Eurostar's a big-ass train. Because it takes cars and shit. Yeah, Don Don's happy now. So? Every warp train station... Yeah, that makes sense. Like, a lot of train stations will incorporate, like... They'll incorporate, like, features from their destination into their station. It's very common on, like, British Underground stations. They'll have, like... Whether it's, like, the tiling on the walls or, like, the style of the station itself is gonna, like, mirror what you got there. Like, Bakerloo, not Bakerloo, or, well, yeah. Baker Street has, like, a lot of Sherlock Holmes stuff because, you know, that's obviously, where the famous detective is based. And, like, other stuff like that. You know what's funny? It's funny that Heathcliff is treating Mercer like a walking encyclopedia when Faust is literally like that. I'm surprised Faust isn't like coming in just like, hey, I exist, you know. Faust exists. Though it could also be the case of like, they probably asked Mercer because he's more frank about it. He's just straightforward. Faust is just like, I can't answer that because it's not relevant yet. Which, you know, could get grating if you're in the mindset of Heathcliff, who's basically like a Geordie caveman. Oh god, we have unlocked his tism. Incorrect. Leather-based clothing and metal armor are predominant fashion trends often visible in the outfits of the Western population, while their individuals' clothes-based styles somewhat ubiquitously I hate that word! Ubiquitously observed throughout the population north and south, they are largely considered to be Eastern fashion trend, rarely seen among the Western. Alright. Alright, Mercer, calm down. Loose-fitting clothes. So traditional sense is the north is colder in the city. It applies here as well. An option. Ooh, hello. Yo. Oh. Ah! What? Why'd they scream back at us? What the shit? You nearly... Yeah, Don does that. Fixer from the north. Dude, I've got an audible frequency range expansion implant in my eardrums. Holy shit, man. I mean, yeah, some of us haven't seen a warp train before. Well, they're in a particularly fine mood. Maybe they don't have a first-class ticket. Was she gonna try to take a photo or something? Seriously? I mean, if he spent a few minutes venting grievances to us, Don had plenty of time to admire him. Oh. Oh, what? W Corp policy demands that those with a title of a color must board a train specially prepared for them. Virgilius gets a private train. Is Sharon going with him? No, I already told you can't, Sharon. Here are your candies. Faust? Okay, so she is traveling with him. He could probably leverage that, just like, the child stays with me. And they're just like, but Mr. Red Gaze, we can't, and then he just stares at them, and they're just like, oh my god, it's the Red Gaze. Alright, Charon rides with you. Ooh, okay, so this is what first class is. Got these pods here. Yeah, the color's returning at last. We've been tinged and sepia for far too long. Tinged, more like drowned, actually, but... Yo, we actually get, like, first-class food and stuff as well. That's cool. Are these safe? The basic thing of, like, Faust, this is real. Please elaborate on the exact definition of real. Oh no, here we go. To your cells during phase change, therefore in most cases this will not cause any issue. Yeah, that sounds about right for cryostasis. Fully resolved cell wall breaching issues caused by cryogenic density change. That's fully resolved by ice crystal growth of hydrogen molecules. No, I understood all of that. Dante, you're just a little dumb, aren't you? That's okay though. You're our dumb manager. As far as Faust is aware. I love the Heath Faust dynamic. It's just like... I think they have a... I think Heathcliff just has an understanding of Faust in his own, like, simple way. She talks a lot. She talks a lot of things that don't make sense. I find it funny. He used to find it annoying, but now he finds it funny. Thank you, Faust. Real is most easily defined as something you can interact with, as opposed to something imaginary. Indeed. You're also not a divine being, apparently. Some people would beg to differ. Some people may be delusional. Okay. So P-Corp's all the way in the north. Interesting. Yeah, I think they are like the most north. I think they are the northernmost nest, if I recall the map. No, the northernmost would be Y-Corp. I think Y-Corp's the northernmost, which means P-Corp is like below them. Well, they say the north, so. Or. Do you wash your shoes? She's got a point. You've been all through all kinds of grody things. Dongo never took her shoes off once during that whole ordeal. They do look a bit filthy. And Donald's just like, how dare you? P-Corp is the second most northern district according to the A-Corp standard map of the city. Okay, so I'm guessing above them is Y-Corp? Because I remember, like, it kind of goes out in a helix from A-Corp. Yeah, and it ends at Y-Corp. We don't know anything about Z-Corp. If it even exists. But they said there's... But they always say there's 26 wings, so I think Z-Corp does exist. For anyone that might be watching this in the future, I've always had a theory about Z-Corp. I've always figured that Z-Corp is like the, I always figured that they're behind the concept incinerator. Yeah, I figured it's not information available to me at the moment. But this is just theory crafting. I figure that Z-Corp doesn't have a district because it's hidden. Or rather, like, it wouldn't just be like, it wouldn't just be invisible. That's a bit too boring for Project Moon, right? I think it's like an anti-meme, like, it's just there next to Y-Corp, but no one can ever remember it, because their singularity is something that makes them, like, unable to be remembered, or, like, perceived, unless you're looking right at them. Kinda like Koichi from Toho. It's like, you can go to Z-Corp, you can look around, but once you leave, like, you will not remember Z-Corp ever existed. The Invisible District is already V-Corp. Ah, okay. I didn't actually know that they had Veil technology. That's interesting. V-Corp is also where Vigilius originally came from, I believe. So we'll probably go there at some point. Because I believe that's where his fixer office was once situated before things happened. It was he either had the office in V-Corp or the orphanage that he always went to was in V-Corp. They might have both been in the same region. At night. I am intrigued the premium VIP seats a similar grandiosity back when. Interesting. She doesn't specify a warp train. She's being purposely evasive about this, so I wonder if Otis has been on a warp train. Basically, she's not actually, like, giving much of an answer, though. Uh-huh. Well, accidents don't happen. In order to prevent cases of unnecessary anxiety and misgivings, the history of accidents that have occurred on warp trains will not be shared. Wait, what the? Push her in! Get in! Accidents don't happen on these things, right? I'm not permitted to talk about that. Wait, what? Push Otis in and just seal it. Just seal the coffin. Sorry, I mean the cryotube. It's not a coffin yet. Enter the capsule. Is it anxiety, Dante? I think so. These are, at least they're honest. I like how immediately you can tell who Don is. This might be one of my favorite CGs in the game. So let's see, we got, I believe this is Yisang. This is Faust, I think. That's Honglu. I can't quite tell who that is. That might be Ryoshu. This is definitely Don. Man, imagine being stuck in that pose for thousands of years. She's just gonna come out and be like, "Mine arms, they acheth." It's like striking a pose for the camera on like a ride or something. I know she's meant to be just like saying that as a matter of fact, but it sounded so ominous. I thought I heard a brief sigh, but the hatch shut tightly before I could ask her anything. She sighed? Initiating warp. Please confirm that your seatbelts are firmly fastened. The last thing I saw before my capsule began to fill with gas was Faust climbing into her own capsule opposite of mine. I had no idea then what she really meant by "we will meet again in but a moment." And this is where this happens. Something had seriously gone wrong, and now we're caught up with the in media res. I hope we can get through the entire event tonight. We're going through it a bit slow, but I'm just kind of like absorbing information. We're here already? Wow, I guess that wasn't an exaggeration at all. It all really happened in the blink of an eye. As always, Faust was giving me her usual look, which was a complete lack of any emotive expression. Which I suppose is why I didn't immediately register that something had gone awry. Huh? That's the only response to that. I was like, no, we're not at our destination yet. Huh? This music is something. When I finally came to, and after I had some time to digest that odd reply, I looked up at her face once again, and realized that her expression was more antsy than usual by a microscopically minuscule amount. So, this train is still running? Yeah. Then, where are we? In unidentified dimension, coordinates unknown. Wait a minute. I believe. She's not talking in the third person anymore. Interesting. I took a reflective deep breath from the sheer horror of the numerous implications stuffed into that dryly delivered sentence. When that passed, the first thing that struck my mind was that we were about to suffer the very thing that we were so worried about. I see. I soon found myself calming down. Yeah, this had to be a part of Faust's plan. She probably saw this coming from a mile away. I'm sure she's about to proudly tell me every little detail of her plan that will help us out of this situation. But this is all just part of the plan, right, Faust? The silence is worrying. That was an unusually long silence from Faust. Oh god, she's speaking vaguely again. With that, Faust left me to flounder in the chaotic stream of vaguely terrifying information as she began stopping by each capsule to wake the sinners. Oh, Gregor, you sweet summer man. No! Just a no. What is this? It really happened in a blink of a... No. Okay, this is peak humor for me. No. Oh, no. Yet I have not uttered a single word. I respond to this to people all the goddamn time. Somebody will literally start saying something like, hey, how are you? And halfway through I'll just go, no. And they're like, what do you mean, no? I'm just like, no. And then I just leave it at that. I just walk away. No context. I don't even mean it, like, negatively most of the time. I just say it because it's funny to me. Like, in a lot of cases, like, when the answer is most definitely not that, it is funniest to say it then, you know? There was a brief cheer, a little hurrah about regaining our colours, followed by a flat-toned explanation of our current predicament, which was then followed by a long, loaded silence, which was a sequence of events I had the pleasure of watching play out about 10 consecutive occasions. Yes, please, that would be nice. And that brings us to the present. That's a pretty mild response from Don Don. Ooh. Aught about that striketh me as quite dramatic. I mean, it happened because Faust woke everyone up. That's why it happened. They are angry. What the hell's wrong with you? Go back to sleep. We can go back to sleep, right? Opening the door, yeah. Like, isn't that like dimensional desync or something? Your fragment of your fabric of being just gets rendered asunder. Foul. I like that nickname for her. Foul. Right? Is she having trouble connecting to, like, the Faust Discord? Guys, let's pause for a bit. She said that something inconceivable's happened. The other sinner's anger was completely understandable. It also makes sense that this continued lack of communication is harming our trust in Faust. Alright, we're going to go over the situation from the start, okay? But just letting things play out might really turn everyone against her, and for good. And I doubt Faust had any ill intent in waking us up in the middle of the trip. First things first, I gotta get the sinners to calm down. Then I'll ask Faust to tell us what's happened. If there's a problem, we'll figure it out and deal with it as we move along. Tell us what's going on, Faust. All of it. And in a way that we can all understand. Let's hear her out first. Is that okay with you guys? Man, how grounded of Heathcliff. He's really a growing boy. He realizes losing his temper all the time doesn't really achieve much. Alright. After some time. The gist of Faust's explanation was as follows. The cause of this issue, as always, involved a certain contract and a unilateral decision from the higher-ups of Limbus Company. W Corp caught wind of Limbus Company's recent distortion contract management promotions, and decided to contract us to deal with a mysterious, repeated series of incidents suspected to have been caused by a distortion, after multiple failed attempts to resolve it on their own, of course. Okay. Alright, so that makes sense. Is it Wayward Passenger? Because we fought him a bunch already. I'm gonna guess it's something else. But Wayward Wayward Passenger is an abnormality, not a distortion. So that wouldn't be the case here, huh? I mean, maybe it is. We've seen distortions become abnormalities before, like once, but it wouldn't be outside of like reason to think that a distortion linked to the warp trains could turn into Wayward Passenger. I don't know if that's how it works though. We don't really know how it works. We only have a single example of it ever happening. Yeah, this is a problem. So, for context, to people that don't know, the prequel game to this is Library of Ruiner, and in Library of Ruiner, there's also warp train shenanigans. There was a whole incident, probably the only one in their long, long history, where the first class was breached, and all the passengers in the first class disappeared. We know what happened to them in the story, because they were basically turned into puppets and met their ends at the library. Well, actually, no, they might be back now, actually. That's a good point. Their fates are unknown, shall we say. So, you know, obviously, an entire first class disappearing is not a good look for W Corp, which is why I think that's the reason why their finances have gone down into the drain. And why they're struggling now, which you could piece together from, like, the stuff they said so far. So if this is happening again, they probably really want to get it resolved. What do you mean? She explained that W Corp refused to share anything about the trains because they were concerned about maintaining secrets of the singularity. You can't keep it from us, we know what it's about. Maybe that's exactly why they sought out an upstart business like Limbus to deal with this. Now that I think about it, we wouldn't even know where to start if we didn't have access to the information that the identity cards had to offer. Files produced what appeared to be a keycard with a W Corp logo on it before continuing with her explanations. However... Ooh, master keycard. Okay. We return to our capsules as soon as the contract is fulfilled and safely complete the rest of our journey. Wait, hold on a minute. Did Faust, like... Because, obviously, if you're inside... If you get into the chamber yourself... If you get into the chamber yourself, how are you going to get out? Is it the implication that Faust didn't freeze herself? That she waited until the time was right to release everyone? Unless this is, like, right after they entered the warp. I don't think she froze herself. Yeah, I think T-Corp's kind of an outlier. Like, most of their directors don't just end up tagging along as your assistant. He was kind of built different. Yeah, this softened them up. It's just basically, oh, wing shenanigans. What else is new? That is... Oh, what was she about to say? Well, not everyone was willing to let this go without saying their piece. Was that a sad look I saw on her face? And that's everything I can do for her. It's an undeniable truth that Faust has disappointed the sinners with what she's done. I swear, her face had like a slightly solemn expression to it. I swear. Maybe I'm going crazy. I can't quite see. Maybe I need my glasses. What's our next agenda? That is true. Discuss. But discussing things with other people is very unlike Faust. What are we discussing, Faust? Okay. Why are we whispering? Her secretive attitude only served to exacerbate my already battered sense of safety. Gesellschaft. I knew it. She does have a slightly concerned look on her face. That's a different sprite. It's a different expression. My connection to Gesellschaft. Why do I've heard that term before. Why have I heard that term before? That's not mentioned in like the original novel, is it? It might be. I'm more familiar with like the original Faust. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Goethe's Faust? But I know that there's a part 2, and I've had a steadily increasing suspicion that the Faust in this game takes a lot of stuff from Faust Part 2, which I know less about. Gesellschaft. I'm sorry, what? She cannot access the Discord! She can't access the Faust network! Oh no. I guess... sorry, I'm having connection issues. Oh no. Faust is stuck. She's stuck on RTC connecting. She's getting a 404 error. I guess I was absolutely right to be anxious. Oh, the chapter just ends there. Oh. Yeah, it's time to panic. Faust knows nothing. Oh, we got enemies. Alright, envy and bludgeoning. I mean... I'm not gonna lie, I think we take the warp team in. That just seems fitting. Do we take multi-Kraken? Let's play to the theme here. Let's play to the theme. It's a chain battle! Ooh! Just noticed that. Alright. Alright, we play ball. I forgot that they were making chain battles the default. Okay, so... I guess we'll put Enclair in the back row. Make sure everyone's got egos equipped. I doubt we're gonna need the second row, but you never know. Rodia. We'll throw this in. Rhyme Shank is fine. Actually, hold on. Faust first. And then we'll have the R corpse in the back. I hope this doesn't mean it's gonna be harder. I mean, I'll take on the challenge, but like, what do you mean you can't? Faust has lost the ability to think. Enemy in the most literal sense. Oh, what if everything about the situation is something you don't have access to yet, like you said last time? I like how Dante's just rolling with it, like, oh, what if this is like... What if you're not meant to know this yet? Every answer Faust has given me was always full of confidence and methodical expertise. I don't think she's ever said a sentence that was this full of speculation and doubt. Then, Faust, you are... Gasp. I'm guessing that's a gasp. Also taking into account an occasion which may have access to an unidentified dimension. So this basically confirms that Faust operates off of a gestalt of like multiple versions of herself. In that case, then, yeah, that is completely different to the Faust we know. She suddenly became a lot cuter. Alright, for now. Now that changes everything. I recall the last thing I saw before the hatch on the capsule closed, when Faust told me not to worry too much. Okay, this is just a minor setback. Nothing we can't beat, right? We got this. I began to mutter like I was trying to convince myself. As the manager, my job is to calm everyone down and set their sights on the future. Just as Faust did for me immediately before the hatch closed. If you're right about why you were disconnected, then the problem will solve itself once we're off the train. And if we do ever run out of options, I'll just turn the clock and see what happens. Don't stress yourself too much. We still have a lot to work with. Your knowledge, my clock, the sinners, and I can feel my confidence taking a hit with every word that came out of my metaphorical mouth, but that seemed to be enough for Faust. She nodded. Operation must be a source of enough stress. You can't break this door. I'm going to break this door. I'm going to break this door. You can't break that door, Heathcliff. A billion years in I don't think it's a billion years, Sinclair. It could be. The time probably varies, actually. Yeah, good idea. Let's see. I mean, I feel like some of the sinners are going to catch on just from the way she speaks. They're going to pick on the fact that she doesn't speak with as much, like, cadence and confidence as she used to. Standard time seal, approximately 3... Okay. She's been waiting for 3 days. It's not too long, I guess. Oh, she didn't wait. Okay, she set to automatically open in 3 days. Got it. That makes more sense. I thought she was just sitting alone for 3 days until she realized, oh crap, I can't get into the Discord. Dante, help! I thought that's what happened, but I guess that was the set amount of time to wait. I can assume that situation. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think it would devolve that quickly in just 3 days. Unless the distortion is, like, accelerating time or something in there. Oh? Dost thou hear aught as I do? Rapping? They got Parappa the Rapper over there? After that very distressful noise, everyone simultaneously turned their heads to look at Faust, who closed her eyes briefly in thought. What do you mean by that? With that, she produced the master keycard from her pocket and approached the panel installed next to the door. You should all be worried when Faust decides, I'm going to follow your advice, Heathcliff. That's when everything goes to crap. That's when you know things are bad. You agree with me? Well, alright. To think Heathcliff is the first one that is picking up on something is wrong here. After a brief mechanical beat. Hideous creatures suddenly crashed through the open door and charged wildly in our direction. Yeah, that's not 3 days. That's definitely not 3 days. I think something's gone awfully awry here. Hello, what have we here? Craving blood bag passenger. Okay, they inflict bleed. Yo, this soundtrack though is kind of dope. Alright, so we don't want that. Start off with something like that, shall we? I like the idea that Dante just whips out their 6 like W Corp cards. It's like, I got just IDs. Why are they like smoking? What? What's going on here? Prioritize targets with bleed. Okay, so they're bloodthirsty. Consume 3 bleed count on self to gain 1 coagulated blood. Okay, do they have any of that? So this guy does. He's got a counter attack as well. So they're all focusing Honglu, which is actually not bad because he has a shield right now. Not terrible. Gonna do a little bit of that. Their attacks are gonna land on him, so actually, I'm gonna defend with him instead, just so he can actually tank that stuff. I'm not sure how much of it we can intercept. Perfect. Alright. I mean, all my W Corp people are like maxed out, so this stage at the very least isn't proving too troublesome at the moment. Of course, it's probably going to spiral out of control once we get into the thick of it, but you know. Do we have enough for that? We do. Whatever. Should be the last turn anyway. I don't know how to describe it, but it definitely seems like something has like changed them, rather than this being like a typical, as typical as it gets in a warp train, like a typical self-mutilation and transformation, if that makes sense. They do remind me of the palidified people from the whale, yeah, Ishmael's right. I think they're a lot more feral. That's probably just like the bloodthirsty nature of them. Don Quixote hesitated until the last minute before raising a weapon to fight them. She hangs her head mournfully. Normally, Faust would have told her more information about those monsters before the fight began. And she would not have been burdened by the sheer thought of bringing harm to the innocent. She cannot. Faust began searching the area, closely observing various bodies in a general area for information. She craves knowledge. They're picking up on it. The sinners were starting to feel that there's something off about Faust's behavior. They might even soon realize that there's something wrong with Faust right now. Don Don. They are not dead. Yeah, that's right. They don't die here, do they? To my relief, Faust managed to correctly figure out what's going on like her usual self, even if it took her slightly longer than it usually does. So it's good to know that, like, Faust is still clever, she just doesn't have this knowledge right now. Hey, what did I say? We got this. Dante, I think you need to, like, not say stuff. Oh, nothing, I'm just talking to myself. Funny cockhead, that's me. But I'd forgotten that not all the sinners were content with nodding along to whatever information Faust told us. Yisang grew pensive. Seeing that, Faust's lips parted for a moment before closing shut. I was starting to get a good read on her. That was an unmistakable look of regret, no matter how short-lived. Yes, that is the most rational... Oh. Uh-oh. Wow, Yisang sure is a time expert, right? Can you summarize it in an easier language now that we're talking about it anyway? Yeah, let's not divert the issue. Let Yisang have a little bit of confidence in himself. He's like, an opportunity to actually elaborate on something without Faust intervening. You know, let him nerd out a bit. That was close. Okay, too brief. To elaborate. Don Don lowers her head and listens closely to what appeared to be a dismembered torso and shouts with relief. Corpus of... Yeah. So, we knew this from Runa. Things don't die. Time is frozen, so states don't change. Even if you, like, bisect someone, they're still alive because their relative time is frozen. Yeah, W Corp are just a bunch. The W Corp cleaners are just they're just puzzle solvers. They just put the puzzle pieces back together. That's all they do. It's really baffling to me that a job like that even exists. Still, I guess that means that as long as the train arrives at the station, the Orby puts it back together like nothing happened. From what I learned through the W Corp identities, their main job was to gather chunks of flesh together to bring them back to the original shapes before they boarded the trains. It's a lot more visceral when I have to look at it in person. Yeah, that is sure is auspicious. Soon clicked in me what Faust was, though with some effort, trying to do is watch Don Quixote sigh with relief. Maybe Faust was trying to cheer Don Quixote up in her own way. The other Faust would not find it even necessary to do something like that. Dante. Huh? What's up? Oh, time to whisper, right? Time for our secret society meeting! Well, if there's anything I can tell you... Faust cast a dark gaze towards the chunks of flesh. Her gaze remained fixed upon them as she whispered. Are they distortions or abnormalities? Oh, yeah, I actually wanted to ask you about that. Oh dear. They weren't humans, that's for sure. From them I felt the same sensation I felt from monsters. Something inexplicable, an unclear sensation or an aura. I felt this somewhere before, I'm sure of it, but I couldn't quite pinpoint the source of the sensation. One thing I do know for sure is that this sensation was not the same feeling I got from abnormalities, distortions, or even the peccatula. If I had to lean one way or the other, I'd say they're closer to distortions. I'm sorry, I don't think they're either of those. Is it difficult to... Yeah. Alright. Again, I'm not sure how I can explain this, but they're very, very similar to distortions, but also different. If you had to ask, then... I'm gonna guess Faust doesn't know. She seems so sad when she says it like that. I feel like I should apologize for that. Yeah, you're not very good with this kind of thing, Dante, are you? She smile. She paused, holding a bloody, slimy chunk of flesh in her hands. This is like, oi, oi, oi. She's getting Lass is getting freaky over there. Ryoshu, down! Oh no, this is gonna spawn the Faust Ryoshu fanfics. Down, people, down! Less of that. I'm gonna turn myself down a little bit. Cool. What we got next? Multi-crack office. Okay, so we're gonna meet the fixers now. After a round of intelligence gathering for Faust, we open the door to the next cabin, only to be greeted by a loud commotion. Other survivors? Whoa, hello. So this is what the Faust identity is based off. A four-armed woman suddenly jumped in our path. Faust stumbled a little, inadvertently slapped by the figure's swinging arms as she pushed us away. Like, gave me any... Yeah, I mean... We didn't kick it open, we opened it with a keycard. No, she's doing her part. She's protecting people. Is that a bioprosthetic? Must be an old-timer. Dang! You can't just... Oh, you want to see what this old-timer's got left? Gurgle was like, you want to fight? You're from the north? It really ain't the time, Tom. Sizing us up. Man, she's got a point. We kind of just appeared out of nowhere. Ain't bitten? What is this, a zombie infection? Hold on. A yowl from the first class car. Hey, what was that meant to mean, huh? Sasha. Multi-crack office rep. I'm surprised there hasn't... Has there been a Project Moon character called Sasha yet? I feel like there has, but there probably hasn't if they've named her here. Sasha is asleep. She's not yet, but... She's been through it once already and she has no idea. Drifting into a sweet nap after a pleasant meal. So I made sure to get high quality parts from so I can still feel hungry and sleepy. I like Sasha. She has a priority straight. If you're gonna forsake your humanity for the sake of, like, bionic efficiency, you might as well keep the good parts. I want to feel sleepy when I want to be, so I can go to have a sleep and a nice dream when I want to. I don't want to just never sleep again. I just want to have more control over it, you know? I get her. Very, like, she's great. You bet your ass that something else will no go down. She's hyper. She really likes her prosthetics, okay? Can't do that, friend. I broke them. Oh. Oh, okay. She's not just acting like. She's not just acting like really excited and stuff. There's actually a purpose behind it. Uh-oh. That's a lot of red colors. Fixers protecting the weak, but, I mean, some of them are acting strange, but no transformations, I guess. Hold on, I need to turn my bugs up on. It's dark outside. And it's light in here. I've got a window open. So all kinds of little visitors are coming in and scoping out the surroundings. These monsters are constantly trying to claw their way to the front of the train, so if you ask me, I'd wager that some shit went down there at one of the train cars on the back and it spread like wildfire till it reached you. That's one way of putting it. Graze us peasants. It's a valid question. We are, fixers! Indeed, we are fixers. So, yeah, let's just go with that. Dang. Yes, we are a grade 1 office, I'll have you know. W Corp is one of the most secretive wings of the city. I don't think that's really saying much. I'm pretty sure all the wings are quite secretive. Wouldn't want to deal with those oofy boys either. Oh. That makes sense that they uphold NDAs. God, that's terrifying. I mean, yeah, that's the best proof. False proves that a master keycard from a pocket. I guess there isn't any other way to prove that we're actually contracted. I like how she can just tell. I don't understand this game. It's a rogue. Hello. Thank you for the 4-month sub. Yeah, if you're just jumping into this now, you probably... it's probably way too much to try and get it. It's fun, though. There are pretty ladies on the screen. That's all you need to know. One of them has a lot of bionics. Oh, wow, she's a bionicle lady. Yep, all the way to the end of the train. Hold on. Sorry about that. Ah! Bionicles on trains, I'm sold. It's an interdimensional train where time is frozen. I thank thee for thy words of courage. Oh look, the little teacup child. Oh no, Don Don's about to have a moment. No. famous fixer. I mean, no one's heard of me, but yes, I am profoundly illustrious. Oh my god, Don Don's having her... She's having her moment. She's been waiting her whole life for something like this. Ah, now you, Faust. I don't think Don Quixote needs to hear what she just said. Oh boy. It's the startling realization that Faust might actually be kind of a good person behind the whole Faust network. Ishmael, you're really like you're really digging a deep hole for Faust here, aren't you? Eyes. Oh? Faust strode towards Sasha with a question. One last thing to inquire. There'll be 30k per inquiry. That's quite an unsound decision to make for someone who claims to be in the same line of work as us. Have you considered the possibility that once our contract is going to be completed, we can include references to a particularly cooperative associate office in our report to W? Oh, that got her attention! Were their eyes red? Her eyes are red! Hold on a minute. Well, oh, it's a prosthetic eye. Okay. That lady with big swords also got red eyes. Oh, you mean Ryoshu? A question, no significance. Alright. Faust nodded lightly in her direction, then opened the doors. No, wait a minute! Oh no! A buddy just messaged me saying my face when Don's feet are now an integral plot point to Limbus Company. That was alluded to, Tomato. I don't know what it means yet. Oh no! I just realized what these things are! What? Faust is asking about red eyes. I recognize they're like the distortions on their bodies. They have a craving for blood. Guys, these are fucking blood fiends. There's fucking blood fiends on this train. Or rather, I think there's a mastermind blood fiend and he's infecting everyone and so, for context, blood fiends are basically the vampires of Project Moon. There's a fucking vampire on this train and he's turning everyone into ghouls. That's the fucking distortion. I've cracked the case. And I'm terrified for my life. Blood fiends are terrifying. And Ryoshi's got a lady boner over this warp train carriage. She just walked in and she's like, oh, look at this. Look at this art gallery. It scene that appeared before us that like came straight out of a painting of hell. That was like a meshwork of tendons and diaphragms. Okay, we got another battle incoming. We're gonna go with our usual lineup. The Warpy Warps. Alright, we're just fighting. Let me have a look. It says blood bag. I feel like we're messing with blood fiends. Why is it always blood fiends with warp trains? What is it about them with warp trains, huh? If I had a penny for every time blood fiends were involved with terrible incidents on warp trains, I'd have 2 pennies. It's not a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. Ouch, ouch.
그냥 쓱싹쓱싹 하면 끝이라고. 편하게 해.
The first part's always the roughest because we're at 0 sanity.
어떡해요?
충전 기능 점검. 단순히
Slowly
점검.
but surely, carve our path forward. What are they weak to? Oh, blood. Right, of course. The only W Corp we don't have fielded is Faust because she's a different
저
ID.
정도면 꿀밤 한 대만 이렇게
She's got 2
때리면
charge IDs.
쉽게 처리할 수 있겠습니다.
It's wonderful. Don't use that. As much as I would like to proc that resonance, it's not in our best interest right now.
충전 기능
We'll
점검.
do that though.
단숨에 정리.
올바른
down.
방법으로 개체에게 일격을
승객
가해
무력화. 제압 완료.
Oh!
승객
정보의
보관 준비.
Rota's just
승객 무력화. 확인.
penalty kicked that one. Kicked it like she's in the FA Cup or something. What is happening? Why'd the screen do that?
서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까.
Hello?
잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각해.
Screen got funny for a second.
죽은 다음만 생각해.
I fucking saw that. Something's happening. I don't like it. Finish this battle. Something bad happens.
눈에 새겨주지.
자, 이번은 이쪽으로 모으고
제압 완료. 승객 보관 준비.
모을 필요
Nice.
시원하네.
Alright, battle over.
술맛을 돋궈주는 좋은 공격이었어.
That
약점을
red
잘 찌른
glitchy
것 같네요.
effect kind of freaked me out for a second. I thought we were about to get some like meta
정리가
shenanigans
예상보다
influencing the
일찍
battle.
끝났군. 보고서는
Very nice.
내가 작성해 둘 테니 다음 정리 전에 휴식을 취하.
Okay, so we're like a third of the way through. I reckon we can do this tonight. We might have to just go a bit quicker.
기차와 같이 달려나가겠어.
Cutscene? Or more enemies? Yeah, more enemies, okay.
아, 저런
Probably be a
건
cutscene
그냥
after this then, I'm
쓱싹쓱싹
guessing.
끝이라고. 편하게 해.
자기 일 아니라고 그렇게 말하시면 어떡해요?
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
We could probably do this quicker if we had like a full blunt setup, but like I enjoy using the thematic
저
team.
개체부터 처리하면 편할 것 같아요.
You know, if you're gonna play the game, then you might as well play it, you know.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Amazing. You roll 3 tails in that sequence. Absolutely amazing.
자, 진정하세요.
조금씩 나아가고 있네요. 계속 힘내주세요.
The reason it doesn't mean I can't spam win rate on this kind of team because of the particulars of their kits, shall we say.
단숨에 정리.
I mean, I could do, but it wouldn't be very. It'd be a little self-destructive if I did that.
자, 이번은 이쪽으로 모으고
They're not higher level than us, I don't think. What level are they?
두드려 패.
Yeah, they're lower level than us, so we're not getting we're not getting like we're not getting sanity for killing them. I'm doing Otis's other skills because they do blunt damage, which is what we need right now. We are gonna rip and
내
tear.
앞을 막을 자는 없어.
We're all charged up.
칼날이 잘 드네요. 아마 그
Why does it keep
공격이
glowing red? What's going on? Alright, cool. Excellent.
방금의 일격은 매우 좋았습니다. 제가 만약 도시에서 야구 선수가 되어
Okay,
홈런을
we got a
날렸더라면
lot to
이런 기분이지
keep
않았을까
track of
싶군요.
here. We're just gonna do that. Lots of gloom, lots of pride.
공간을 뭉갠다.
And Otis Smash. Very nice.
승객 보건 중.
More red glowies. I don't know what that means.
공간을 뭉갠다. 제압 완료.
Big.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가해.
That seems to happen when we use skill 3s. Is that right? No. Maybe it's only when we use like big charge abilities? I don't know.
자, 진정하세요.
It's a bit weird.
다음은 어디요?
They're all dead?
직원들이 유리한 조건에 있습니다. 아, 동랑님이
No, these are
말씀하시길
respawning enemies.
이번
That's
전투가
what's happening.
성공적으로
I thought I was
끝난다면
going insane for a
인사한
second, but
의식에
no, these are
들어가
definitely
준다고
enemies that are like spawning in.
S사 투뿔
So
소고기로
we'll open with that. And then just segue into
방해물을
that.
제거합니다.
They should do like a number of some of them.
환상의 세계로 들어가 보죠.
And sploosh! Didn't do as much damage as I thought. Maybe they're resistant to gloom. Well, they got staggered anyway. So I remember the weak to envy, I think it was? Oh, I mean, pride seems to work well enough.
판단이었어요.
중계하듯이 말하지 좀 마시라니까.
그래도 완전
Nice
좋은
one, Mercer.
판단이었던 건 사실이네요.
Woo! He's saying he
제압
fucking
완료. 승객 보건 준비.
he real with it. Alright. Cutscene time, I'm going to guess. Maybe? Yep. Cutscene. The polearm users are colluding. Faust is thinking. Loading answer. Answering a question of a question. What are these entities, Faust? What do you think these are? Oh my god, it's one of those situations where the sinners are... The bloody characters are just like... Are you actually doing this thing? That's totally not the reason. It's like, oh, I get it, Faust. Oh, I get it. Cool. Man, this is gonna be wild when they realize. Of course, Faust did not confirm nor deny his question, but Cinco is perfectly capable of interpreting her silence in his own fashion. Yeah, they hunger. I smell blood. That's likely what they're made of. It was my turn to start whispering. What did you learn from that? We are in luck, Dante. I was half expecting him to say, I have no idea. In the medic voice. Faust, are you sure this will work? I have no idea. I'm cut off from the network. Oh no. We're in luck, Dante. I have read upon this subject as a tangent while perusing information regarding our next destination, moments before we boarded the train. While that would be a useful element in resolving the situation, the sinners have also been a very good source of intelligence when it came to categorizing and identifying important evidence from the available sea of information. I have an idea. Closes the door and leaves Heavy to die on his own. That's just me in Team Fortress, like... I'll be a medic, like, healing a Heavy, and then I see, like, a sentry nest, and I'm just like... That's Sentry Nest. I have an idea. And I'll just run back to spawn to change class or like change my medigun. And my heavy's just like, wait, where the fuck did you go? I just leave him to die. I mean, if I'm healing a heavy and he gets headshot, that's his problem, you know? Like, I can't stop that. Yeah, sometimes I'll just be like, you know what? I don't want to use the basic in the middle of combat. I'll just be like, you know what? I'm not quite feeling the medigun. I'm gonna go switch to the vaccinator because I hate people. It's easy to get cocky with a medic by your side. Yeah, I'm humbling them. Get humbled, confident, cocky, heavy. Sometimes you don't have a medic in your pocket. Sometimes they'll just leave for cigarettes and never come back. I did have an idea. I do have an idea of like, at some point, if we can get enough people for it, I want to do a TF2 pub crawl. Which is like, we just party up with like as many people as we can. And then we just go from like casual server to casual server doing really stupid crap. Like if we had like a whole party of people, I just want to coordinate just like, okay, everyone has to play spy, but we can't backstab people. We're not allowed to backstab people. We can do anything else you want as a spy, but you can't backstab people. Cue the French Revolution. With guns. Gun spy rush. I've done that before. It's bloody amazing. It's not very effective, but it's very fun. Maybe I'll like stock revolt. Oh god. No, make it Diamondbacks. Because you can't backstab anyone, so the only way you're going to get Diamondback charges is through sapping buildings. You know, how it originally was before it became the most broken, stupid revolver in the game. And you have no random crits, so it's actually a nerf to the default revolver. That'd be very funny, though. I'll put, like, things on a wheel, and, like, every like, round, I'll just spin the wheel to something else. It's like, okay, next round, we've got Trolgers. We all have to play soldiers with rocket jumpers and market gardeners. Imagine we're playing payload on attack and the doors open, nothing comes out because we're all invisible. No, what we gotta do is the power move. We all remain invisible. Like, everyone is just invisible at the start of the match. The doors open, enemy doesn't see anything, and then we do the spy crab walk. So we spy crab walk out of the spawn, and we decloak as we, like, enter the battlefield doing the spy crab walk. I just want to see how bewildered and intimidated the enemy would be by, like, a spy crab incursion. We just walk towards the cart. Nothing else. Like, that's all we do. I'm wondering if the team would actually just let us win. Well, if it's casual, knowing TF2 would be a massacre, yeah. The extinction event of the spy crabs. Because, there's always going to be, like, one casual that doesn't get the joke or just wants to play the game, and he'll just shoot them, and then everyone else like, I might as well just shoot them now. It'll be a fun bit, though. Like, to do it at least once, it'll be a fun bit. And then we just do the French Revolution afterwards. Spy crabs are tired of being oppressed. We're going to evolve into human beings with guns. It would be funny for everyone else. Exactly. That's the point of the game. The point of the game is to play and have fun. That's why I love TF2. It's so easy to have fun in that game. Do you want to, like, try hard and be good at the game? Just join a lobby and, like, start getting frags. You just want to goof off with people, like find a nice capture the flag server and start doing like the conga. People will just join you and then you'll immediately make friends. That's the magic of tier 2. It's wonderful. I've gone back into it lately. The ban wave of the wave of like bans on the bots and the summer event helped get me back into it. I knew it! I am actually Faust in disguise. I knew it was a blood fiend. Something just fell off. Hold on, what was that? I don't know what just fell down. Oh, I hope that wasn't anything important. I fucking knew it was a blood fiend. Let me tell you. The proof was in the pudding. The writing was on the wall. I am so good at this. Wow, I'm such a big Project Moon though that I figured that out. God, I love this game. I love this game that proves my batshit theories right. I'm thinking like a Korean now. I can't speak Korean, but I can think Korean. I don't know what that means. Wait, a blood fiend? Oh, Dante doesn't know. He don't know the blood fiend. Don doesn't know what a blood fiend is either. Does this potentially quash the Don is secretly a blood fiend memes? Thought you were a teen. Oh. Wait a minute. No, that makes her even more suspicious. No, yeah, the fact that blood fiends are like... Yeah, blood fiends are basically vampires, like I said before. So, their common knowledge in the city as, like, you know... They're like the boogeyman. They're like an urban legend. Like, oh, the blood fiend's gonna get you at night if the sweepers don't. Or the blood fiend's gonna suck your blood, and... Yeah, all that stuff. Don hasn't heard of them. I smell something fishy there. And it's not Ishmael for once. I think all of these are true. Faust does not know. You were briefed? The dregs that they command. They do not resemble what I've seen. Okay, so they're not the usual type of ghoul that a blood fiend would make. I've seen one who calls himself a blood... What? Hold on a minute, what? Ryoshu, you can't just say something like that without giving more context. There's a blood fiend in the fingers? Wait, which finger would have a blood fiend? Is it the pinky? Oh my god, it's gotta be the pinky, huh? There's something off about this one. That one didn't spawn these dregs of abandon like this. They are dreg-like beings that fail to become kindreds. They are referred to as blood bags. Okay, so if I could draw a parallel here. When a vampire... So, in some, like, popular, like, fiction, when a vampire tries to infect others, one of two things will happen. On one hand, the person that they infect or drink blood from will become another vampire, but they'll be a lesser vampire. They're a vampiric spawn. That's how some vampires reproduce. So they will become a vampire, they can then in turn infect other people to become other vampires. The other thing that would happen is they would be considered a failure. They wouldn't convert into a vampire properly. They instead become a feral, like, creature known as a ghoul that, like, is basically just a bloodthirsty beast. Like, they lose their humanity. They just become a monster that craves, like, human blood. Or just blood in general. That's the parallel here. So kindreds are like vampire spawns, and blood bags are like ghouls. Not a terrible name. Miyoshi, we don't need you rating the Blood Fiend hierarchy. Why would anyone name someone Blood Bags? Yeah, so before, like, we would never have considered Blood Fiends to be part of the equation. But now we do. Now it's different. Dissolved or vaporized? Well, oh no, you've triggered Ishmael's PTSD. For context, Ishmael almost got dissolved inside a whale's stomach. So, dissolving is a bit of a touchy subject for her, shall we say. Actually, no, it's not just that. She also started melting because of the K-Corp serum as well. Man, Ishmael's been through some rough shit. Poor lass. Cannibalization, of course it does. Ugh. Even devoured passengers could be reconstructed. Man, that's fucked. Otis, do you really have to just detail it out like that? Yeah, so they just crave blood from everything. Right. Yeah, so it's bloodlust. They do need blood, but like they also like they're addicted to it. Like it doesn't matter if the passage of time is frozen, they need it. Thank you, Yusong, for rationalizing it a bit better. Remember supposed to money. Everyone fell silent. So, in that respect, that means that these things can actually kill people on this train. Because if they absorb the blood of people that can't die... So, if these creatures' blood can disappear because it follows a different set of rules, if they take the blood from someone else... You get what I'm saying here, right? Like... Basically, like, what usually happens is they'll get like, if a normal passenger tried to drink another passenger's blood, their blood would just be in the other passenger's body, and that can still be extracted to return to the original body. In this case, it's being converted into something for these ghouls. So if these ghouls suddenly, like, die, or something happens to them, that blood disappears because it follows different rules to everything else. In which case, you found a loophole that gets around, like, the warp stasis. That's a huge problem. You saying it's first to break the silence. Could it be said that blood bags are direct creations of blood fiends? I think they're slowly starting to figure it out. Like, something's up with Faust. Sounds like a sitcom set in the city. There's something about Faust. Coming to Korean daytime TV near you. Direct physical contact is needed to turn an individual into a blood bag. Okay. based. Okay, yeah. We have a blood fiend to fight. That's terrifying. Yeah, so we have to get to the back of the train. It's time for secret society meeting. It seemed that Don Quixote was now invigorated. The other sinners also seemed satisfied now that we had a clearer sight of our goal. Faust, who stood amidst them, nodded in my direction. Well then, let's go. Sorry. I'm just drinking a Fanta. Let's just move forward. Okay, no secret society meeting. Faust was just next to us, I guess.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다
Enemies!
해보고 오라고. 저거 다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들.
That's a fucking W. Yeah, that's a cleanup agent. Oh god, they converted cleanup agents. That's terrifying. What's a cleanup agent already doing here? That's interesting.
이상 승객을 정리합니다. 하, 셋.
자, 출발해 볼까요?
God, this music just goes hard.
나도 나가서 싸우면 안 되나?
I love it.
계약대로 하자고요, 누님.
I mean, Limbus Company rarely misses with the soundtrack. I don't think there's a single song that I hate on this track.
승객 무력 확인.
Not even the ambient noise that is like My Form MT's theme,
계속
you know?
힘내주세요.
Where it's just like a ding every like few seconds. Because in the context, that was really effective. It was so cool.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
We can make this work.
자, 진정하세요.
Get stomped on.
잘 드네요.
The power of the himbo stomp.
끝났겠죠?
Took damage from something though.
올바른 방법으로
That red flashing keeps happening. I don't know what's going on.
이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
Freaking me out. Ah, that's a bit wasted. That's unfortunate.
woo! 좋은 공격이었어.
약점을 잘 찌른 것 같네요.
Alright, we got more enemies. Let's try soda. That's blunt. We can get the job done, I think. We got that. Yeah, let's get a bunch of envy going.
단숨에 정리한다.
They're taking damage from something. I don't know what it is though. I should probably read their passive a little more.
자, 변신
Magical
완료.
girls, soda man.
적합한
만선이에요.
관리법이었어요. 다행이에요.
I think that soda companies should start incorporating magical girls into their advertisements.
두드려 패.
제압
That's how
완료.
you unlock an entirely new audience.
방금의 일격은 매우
That's how you make a
좋았습니다.
lot of money as well.
제가 만약 도시에서 야구 선수가 되어 홈런을 날렸더라면
People
이런
love
기분이지
magical
않았을까
girls.
싶군요.
Don't underestimate them.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데
제압
성공했습니다.
승객 보관 중.
앞으로의 전투도 이대로만
More?
부탁드리겠습니다.
Okay, 2 more. Got it. Okay. We're going to like no envy. That's fine. They're probably gonna die this turn because like we have a lot of attacks incoming. And W Mercer's attack is so anticlimactic. He literally just hitting them with an axe. I mean, it's kind of raw in a way, but like compared to like everyone else who has all this like charge shit going on,
자, 이번은 이쪽으로
I don't know if he
모이고.
has a condition where he like powers up his attacks. I don't know if I've like hit that or not
승객 무력
before.
확인.
And boom!
공간을 뭉갠다. 제압 완료. 승객 보관 준비.
I mean, that red glitching could just be a flavor thing that they did for like charge identities. I doubt it, but it'd be cool if it was.
훌륭한 전시회였어.
Thank you, Yoshi. More
정리를
envy.
시작하겠어.
I need more envy. Alright, more of them.
파이팅이다.
Lovely.
방해물을 제거합니다.
Go, go, go.
아하.
2 hours.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고.
Just trying
저보다
to get
한
through.
주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
There's a lot of people to
눈에
get through.
새겨주지.
A lot of blood bags. Sounds like a job for the cleanup crew. Ow, ow, ow.
후, 저것들도 취한 것처럼 흐느적대는데?
그래서 저러는 건 아니겠지만요. 기회를 잡으시는 게 좋겠어요.
Do we have enough of that? Yeah, we do.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Lovely.
방금의 일격은 매우 좋았습니다.
Was that high level?
제가 만약 도시에서 야구 선수가 되어 홈런을 날렸더라면 이런 기분이지 않았을까 싶군요.
Oh no, that's bad. Ow. Oh, that's bad. Otis, no. Oh yeah, get fucked. Ah,
이런
not
건
quite.
몽둥이가 약이지. 그대로 두드려 패.
Oh, are they like... Yeah, they're consuming HP to get a coin power up. Okay, I see what they're doing. That's where their health goes. Got it, alright. A little scary. Let's get another soda out, I think.
방해물을 제거합니다.
It's chain battle, so I'm not too fussed about losing units anymore.
그다지 유쾌하진 않군요.
Because like, we have a number of them. Yes, the SP heal, let's go. That's what I wanted.
자, 변신
Smash!
완료.
Kill one.
아마 그 공격이 약점이었겠죠?
Another one down.
뭐든지 하나씩
God, there's
줄여가면서
so many of
시작하는
them.
거지.
누님도 술병을 하나씩만 비우면 참 좋을 텐데 말이죠.
I'm gonna use that anyway for the Sin Affinity. We need it right now. We've got enough of that, so that's fine. Come on! Nice. Another one bites the dust.
닷.
Wow. That was a very unfortunate
방금 좀
rip space.
똑똑했다. 옛날에 기지개서
Oh, she actually won that clash. That's
바로
amazing.
적을 다 밀어버리는 놈이 있었지.
Get kicked.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Okay.
직원들이 유리한 조건에 있습니다.
Slowly but surely, we're
공장님이
chipping away at them.
이번 전투가 성공적으로
Do something
끝난다면
like that.
근사한 회식에 데려가
So
주신다고
that's
하더군요.
super
이상
effective.
승객을 정리합니다.
애써서 숯불 소금
Lovely. 8 charge shield.
아,
We're rolling in the charge shield.
약점을
Well defended.
제압 완료.
There are blood and guts everywhere.
직원들이
Okay,
유리한
2 left,
조건에
2 left.
있습니다.
We're in the home stretch.
동랑님이 말씀하시길 이번 전투가 성공적으로 끝난다면
이상
근사한
Wow,
회식에
let's
데려가
go.
주신다고 하더군요. 애써서 숯불 소고기로
I never realized how good W Corp Honglu is. He's got very solid rolls on a lot of his skills.
공격은 적합하진 않아 보이네요. 관리법에 적어둬야.
And he's also like a pretty defensive unit as well, which is always
제압
nice.
완료.
There's not a lot of defensive
승객 보관
options
중.
among the W Corp personnel.
헛! 맘.
오호.
Lovely.
이럴 때는 이런 식의
She hit him with the dimensional demon edge.
뭘 그렇게
Because
끄적이는 거야,
Ryoshu is a
미카?
very
실전에서는
sane lady. Oh. Don Quixote, eyes, round eyes, wide open, began sprinting somewhere. Oh, it's a normal cleanup agent. Huh? No, don't call him that. Gregor stumbled words before chuckling and casting his gaze toward the floor in disbelief. Aw, man. Greg was just like, I'm just gonna go sulk in my corner with my cigarette. Oh, this crazy bastard trying to break in again. Okay, so his legs are like completely dead. Something. Yeah, what are they doing here? Alright, from what we found out about the warp trains through the identities, I can't imagine why any of them would ever willingly board this train. Oh. They were meant to be helping her? Aw, man. Were we late? Her voice and expression were both as serene as always. There was something gloomy about the way she said it. Oh. I don't know what I can do to help the sinners in a situation like this either. I'd also grown too used to false omnipresent omniscience, because I could always trust it to be there for us. I was starting to realize that don't have the means to consider and make my own decisions at moments like these. No, maybe I was too reliant on everyone else. When the time comes for them to rely on me, when they can no longer function as they usually do for whatever reason, can I really manage them well, lead them to the right answers? Doubt, colored with fear, begins to rise like a dark plume of smoke. Well, what can I do, right? Agent struggled to get some corner of the room with his wounded leg pulled on the level. They made good use of the space. And the wall behind what initially appeared to be a folding chair for employees spun open. What is this? Perchance thou was hidden here a weapon most powerful. Wait, there's a stasis capsule here? Oh, he's hopping into the pod, okay. The door covering the pod closed. Only the folding channel wall covered with viscera remained. He's gone. There he goes. He has departed the scene. Yes, we know. We blankly stared at the wall the agent disappeared into. Well then, I guess we gotta... Let's move on to the next car. Keep on keeping on. I mean, that makes sense. Like, he's reached the end of his tether. Like, he can't do anything. His legs are fucked. He might as well just go sleep it off. You know when, like, in RPGs, you just go to sleep and suddenly your, like, grievous injuries are healed over? That's what's happening here. Just long rest it. Just long rest it off, dude. Well, you got both your legs amputated? Just rest it off. Long rest. You'll be fine. And then the DM pulls out the rulebook of grievous injuries, and your smile and enthusiasm starts to fade.
직원들 복장 점검은 다 마치셨습니다.
Keep on smashing them.
특히 저번처럼 소매 단추를 달랑거리는 채로 제압하는 직원이 보여서는
Yeah, that's not quite ideal, huh? Man, these are getting harder.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Oh my god, that was a lot of that's a lot of points to get. Ooh.
저런 건 그냥 쓱싹쓱싹
Ooh,
하고
these guys hit so hard.
자기 일 아니라고 그렇게 말하시면 어떡해요?
Oh man, struggling on everything? Dear God, dude. I guess this is why we have chain battles, huh? Don doesn't have enough of that yet.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
Get ruptured?
상성이 나쁜 공격이었습니다. 비유하자면 깊이도 모를 웅덩이에 다이빙을 한 꼴이랄까요?
Alright, Ryoshi, nice one. Ryoshi's basically a max sanity now. Yeah, the higher level than us. Oh, they're the same level. They're the same level. Which means we get sanity on kill. That's very important for our strategy. So, Don doesn't have enough energy yet for rip space. We keep going like this. Keep going. Very nice. Honglu's also doing pretty well. Yisang just keeps getting one-sided attacks. I love long resting IRL.
결국에는 유리한 구도를
So do
만들어낸
I.
것 같은데.
I haven't long rested in like 2 weeks. Work just be like that. I get about 5 hours of sleep a night on average. Which, you know, I know people that function on less. But, you know, it's still like way below the average amount of like time you're meant to be like sleeping. I really don't want like 2 of these. I'm gonna do it anyway because it's funny. So I think like, I mean, a long rest in D&D is 8 hours. 8 hours is also like the recommended amount of sleep a human being should get. 7 hours at the very least is like what professionals would say. Yeah, that's a sensible amount to be having. So, you know, it's probably not healthy for me in the long run that I'm on just 5 hours of sleep like most days.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 인격을 가했군.
칼날이 잘
이것이
드네요.
바로 정보의
Not really much I can do about it.
겠죠?
I mean, there is, but like, there's a lot of things I don't want to do. Like my job takes a lot more time anyway.
충전 기능 점.
The sacrifices I'm not willing to make in order, so I would do normally choices. It's not like that meme where like, it's not like that meme where he's like sorting out like how to partition my own day. He's like, dang, I don't know what my game is. Unless MX voice glitching out? No! What's happening?
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 두드려 패.
Hello? Am I still being, like, demonically, like, injected? I don't know. Your audio's gonna crack right now.
끝나간.
I need to, like hear.
승객 무력.
Could be on my mic.
저희가 우세한 상황입니다. 이미 매뉴얼을 대여섯 번은 어긴 직원들도 보이는데 이 책임은 다음에 묻도록 하죠.
I sound really drinking. Hello? I'm just adjusting the dial. You live once again. Cool. Is that better? I'm actually, you're good now. Cool. Nice. I'm using a, I got a new audio interface. So yeah, I've been messing around with that. Apparently it's not all fine all the time. I just had to reset it and now my voice seems to be okay. I probably need to figure out what the source of that is later on because that's not good. I just got this thing. So I really prefer if it didn't demonify my voice every now and again, you know? As funny as that is. It's not like it's like a bad one either. The what's it called? I have the box somewhere here.
훌륭한 전시회였어. 하, 이걸 오히려 고맙다고
Oh yeah,
말해야
it's
하나?
the Focusrite Scarlet Solo. Hey, it's you, Scarlet. You're my audio interface. Why are you glitching out? Yeah, I just got this like the other day. Maybe there's like a setting somewhere I haven't like properly adjusted. Yeah, it's called the Scarlet Solo.
아, 정리 작업 시작합니다.
여기다가 말하면 녹음되는 건가요?
I'm going Scarlet mode. Grah!
힘내세요.
Just becomes completely incomprehensible.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Truly, Scarlet is speaking the language of gods. Scarlet mode sounds like be a sack-ass variant of a devil trick DMC. It does. Is it like if Scarlet was a fighting game character, Scarlet mode is like her special mechanic?
입에 발린 공간보다는 신속한 해결이 우선
It's like
아니겠습니까?
you charge up a gauge and like then when the gauge is full you pop it and she like goes Scarlet mode. Increase the hitbox of her attacks. Because that sounds like the most annoying thing in the world, you know? It's my dragon install.
방해물을 제거합니다.
You gotta like draw yourself in like you gotta draw yourself in like a fighting game like selection screen pose now. I say that in particular because you like fighting game characters have this very distinct look in those kind of, I mean, fighting game characters have a distinct look in general. They always have these really exaggerated poses that aren't really possible for like a human skeleton, you know? Except it probably looked like Abba's install. Yo, I can see that. But yeah, I've always loved how fighting game characters look just because of their like exaggerated their exaggerated poses and stuff.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
I'd say go for it. Like, I think you could do something really crazy. Like your art's really good. So. Or at least that's my opinion.
약점을 잘
I like to see what you can make work out of it. It's like as part of the design philosophy I've had going into my rebrand. So I've been drawing design drafts for how I want to change my looks up. And like fighting game characters have been like especially like in the style of Guilty Gear. Styles I've been like trying to take after like Guilty Gear but also like Zenless Zone Zero. I want that like really exaggerated like the exaggerated like maybe not the proportions too much, but like the exaggerated like attire and stuff. I have noticed though that because of the way fighting game characters are posed, it doesn't look quite right when you translate it into like an A pose or a T pose. But you know, it's a thing to like get around. Which, you know, in turn also means that for a VTuber avatar, it probably doesn't look as great. I want to find the balance.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 못 두드려 패.
모을 필요는 없고
제압 개체 하나를 처리했습니다. 남은 개체들도 같은 기세로 처리해
I think a fighting game styled illustration could be used for really cool stream alerts. Yeah, it could. Oh, that sounds sick. Yeah, because it doesn't have to like match the style of like the avatar. Like the avatar can be whatever style works for that.
이상
But
승객을
then like you can
정리합니다.
change the style up for like different illustrations.
자,
Oh, Star, you
진정하세요.
just gave me an amazing idea.
아하.
올바른 방법으로
I'm definitely gonna like.
격을 가했군.
I'm definitely gonna like
정보의
use it for something. I think. I mean, the basic use would be for like a thumbnail or something, but ideally I want to use it for something a bit more important than that.
한눈에 봤을 때는 불리해 보이긴
All I
하지만
would need is like a still image, and then I could like animate it. Maybe not live, maybe live 2D. I have like poked my head into live 2D before. Like, I haven't rigged a model or anything, but like I've done like basic work on it,
모으고
and I know like the basic process that goes into like the basic framework of a live 2D model.
칼날이 잘 드네요. 아마 그 공격이
I'm just a bit
역전했겠죠?
less informed on like the more in-depth processes, like advanced functionality and stuff.
저희가 우세한 상황입니다.
I'm also aware that
이
it's just a
매뉴얼을
lot
여섯
of
번은
work.
어긴
Like,
직원들도 보이는데 이 책임은
A
다음에
lot of
묻도록
work.
하죠.
and a lot of keeping track of stuff, which I'm historically quite bad at.
핫. 자, 2번은 이쪽으로 모으고
Go, Usain, go. I feel like this battle's been going on forever. Like, maybe it's just because I've been prattling on about stuff, but like,
필요는 없겠군.
god damn.
공간을 뭉갠다. 제압 완료.
방금의 일격은 매우 좋았습니다. 제가 만약 도시에서 야구 선수가 되어 홈런을
There we go,
날렸다면
battle done.
이런 기분이지
At
않았을까
last.
싶군요.
I just really love fighting games. I don't like playing I suck at playing fighting games.
보고서는 내가 작성했다.
But I love fighting games as like a medium for delivering characters and music and story. I'm thinking of the super flashes from P4 Arena Ultimate. Oh yeah.
알다시피 전 감성적인 말을
Yeah, I
하는
get what
것에
you- I get what you
능숙한 편은 아닙니다. 입에 발린 공감보다는 신속한 해결이 우선 아니겠습니까?
One second. I'm pulling it up on my other screen so I can get the better visual idea. Yeah. Yeah, like the cutting. I guess that's also present in the normal Persona games. You know, like whenever they summon the Persona and they hit a weakness, it'll have like the cutting of their face or like their eyes. Kind of like that. That would make up for a cool stream alert. Oh god, there's more of these guys? Are you kidding me right now? How many of these do we need to go through?
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
And you just need the sound effect to go along with it, like the. I'm activating.
직원들
I'm activating hype mode. Let's go.
특히
MX
저번처럼
is
소매
going
단추를
into the zone.
달랑거리는 채로 제압하는 직원이 보여서
It's when my glasses come down. Except my glasses are already down, so yeah, that'd be kind of a moot point. Oh, you can't do anything.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리하도록.
아하.
I mean, I think these battles are hard. They're just hard to just blitz. I mean, not difficult blitz through. They're just long. Because I'm doing absolutely
알다시피
fine. It's not
전
like I'm
감성적인
losing
말을
or
하는
anything.
것에 능숙한 편은 아닙니다. 입에 발린 공감보다는 신속한 해결이 우선 아니겠습니까?
Slowly chipping away. Because we're the clean-up crew. That reminds me, another thing I've been playing a lot recently is EDF. Been playing a ton of EDF 6, which just came out not long ago. Been very fun. I'm a huge fan of EDF in general. I mean, what's there not to enjoy about just killing
동랑님이 보고
giant
계셨다면
bugs
좋았을
and other
텐데요.
aliens
평소에 제게
with
싸우면 어떤 죄도 없을
outrageous,
거라고 놀리셨거든요.
outrageous like weapons? Outrageous weapons, like I'm talking about like a grenade launcher that fires like a machine gun, or like
올바른 방법으로
an orbital laser that I can guide with a laser pointer. And you're fighting like Godzilla and stuff.
한눈에
It's
봤을
great.
때는 불리해 보이긴 하지만
Sometimes it's terrifying, but it's also
결국에는
great.
유리한 구도를 만들어낸 것 같아요.
Definitely not a game for like people who have phobias of like various bugs, because they have like all the bugs in that game. So if you have like, if there's a certain bug that you really don't like, they probably have it, and you will probably shit yourself.
방해물을 제거합니다.
I might do some EDF content at some point. Maybe not on stream, because it's a very EDF is a very background game. Like you can easily like play it in the back as like a backdrop for like other stuff. But like by itself, it's probably not the most engaging thing. Maybe it'd make for good video content. I don't know.
제압 개체 하나를 처리했습니다.
I'll figure it out. As we go. I am just gonna win, right?
단기세로
눈에
처리해
새겨주지.
End this now.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Otis has ripped them
판단이
apart.
잘 되네요. 아마도 공격이 약점이었겠죠?
보관 준비.
I guess there's more enemies because they incorporated chain fights.
모을 필요는
That was pretty
방금의
good.
일격은 매우 좋았습니다. 제가 만약 도시에서 야구 선수가 되어 홈런을 날렸더라면 이런 기분이지 않았을까 싶군요.
Lovely.
개체의 약점을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다. 준비를
이상
철저히
승객을
했나
정리합니다.
Yeah.
어디요?
This is probably what cleaning up on the warp train actually feels like for the cleanup crew. Just like, God, there's more of them. I don't like. We're about to go into overtime. We don't get paid for overtime. Ah. All right, we're done. Please, are we through the carts yet? Yes, cutscene. I love you. Something caught my attention from the corner of my eye after another round of brutal combat. Huh, what's this now? That's a T-Corp logo! Ooh! We were on the final car adjacent to the freight car when we discovered that odd box with a T-Corp logo on it. Ah. It was broken? Yeah. So T-Corp partners with W-Corp to like something about time conversion with they have a part to play with like how the time like distorts in the warp train. Oh, Rodia had a moment. I saw that. I think the real Rodia's waiting to like come out at some point. It's bordered by several prosthetic equipped fixers. Yeah, probably from multi-crack office. Walking through the bloody train car when you suddenly heard Sinclair's voice cracks and you saw something awful. I'm surprised you could tell, considering they all look the same with those prosthetics. Well, he's not venting anymore. Calling it expedite. Yeah, a whole train cart of fixers. That's crazy. That's kind of... Oh my god, it's a fixer office of Mistrals from Metal Gear Rising. Because Mistral had that whole thing where she could just, like, replace her prosthetic arms whenever she wanted. These guys do the same thing. Like, if their arms break, they just replace them with new ones. Like, slot them in. It's like the little ball things of arms that Mistral used. That's crazy. Damn, that's metal. Imagine replacing your body with artificial components and just being like, my body is now expendable as long as I have the money to repair it. Obviously, it wasn't that effective, was it? Yes, well, good for them. That's a very offhanded remark. Oh, she's getting tired of this. You're right, Faust. It was rare to see any actual expression from her. I was starting to get worried. This is the... This is the real Faust that we're interacting with right now. This is the first, like, look into the real Faust that we've had so far. Her voice was such a whisper for the second part of the sentence that I could even I could barely hear what she was saying. Wait, did Ishmael hear that? Yes, Ishmael, we went through your entire canto. We know how it feels. Is this like the sympathy party? Like everyone's just like, I understand how you feel. It's just like my traumatic experience. Okay, it's not a dick measuring contest, guys. Like, come on. Uh-oh. That is... I don't hate it. Is that so? Faust's reply was curt. She closed her eyes. Faust is learning that, oh, people dislike me because I know a lot. I am very conflicted about this because I like knowing a lot of things. That's always a struggle, isn't it? It's just like, I like learning things. I like being clever, but people don't like it when I'm too clever. Oh no. What do I do? Do I value being liked by other people? Obviously, in Faust's case, she decided that knowledge was paramount to everything, but maybe she's having second thoughts now. Maybe this Faust is going to be like, I don't want to reconnect to the network, Dante. Please don't make me reconnect. And then she reconnects. He's just like, I am Faust. Faust of many. That was a really dumb pun. Which means... Yep, the Blood Fiend is in the next cart, and hopefully isn't doing anything with Mephistopheles. I don't think that's related, but... There's a subcategory of fixers called Blood Fiend Hunters, who specialize in, yes, hunting Blood Fiends. Yo, the Vampire Hunters are so cool! Oh boy. Various opinions of one another. Possible strategies, estimations of the Blood Fiend's strength. And all of a sudden... Don Quixote's sudden outburst. That was quite sudden. It's kind of a tall order asking us to kill a blood fiend, but you know. I mean, maybe they didn't know it was a blood fiend.
훌륭한 전시회였어.
Oh, we're almost there. We're getting there.
이걸 오히려 고맙다고 말해야 하나?
The one who lords. Oh boy. 2 unknown enemies, which means new warp train people. Oh boy. I'm looking forward to that. Buckaroo. This room. There, that's a blood fiend. That's 100% a vampire. Let's have a look. What is with that look on thy faces? There's talking like Don Don! Why? Thou standest in the audience of the prince. Why are thy obsequious smiles? He must be the cause of this outbreak. Fall to thy knees and grovel before royalty. You may call me Cassetti, 6th kindred, a kindred of the 6th generation, the rightful prince in refuge from his family. Cassetti? Thou art a chatty one, so rudely before your prince. Yet I am feeling generous, for I am quite sated at the moment. As thou must have seen on thy journey here, this place is a hall of a banquet for a feast most majestic. No matter how many blood bags I create, no matter how much I devour them, the humans just won't stop coming. I only enjoy what was cast into my maw. This reminds me a lot of Refraction Railway 4. He literally just reminds me of King in Binds, but a normal dude. Well, not normal, but you know what I mean. This mask won't come off. Can't take it off. Shouldn't take it off. There's no prince without the mask. Was so ugly behind the masks. So we all decided to hide how repulsive we become. But once I've drunk your blood full, then it'll all go back to how it used to be. Only then can I unmask myself. They stitched the mask to his face? What the hell? Of course it's excellent. Because this mask was crafted by none other than the great, the eminent, the barber himself, whose name I dare not even speak. But it hurt so much! No, I'm smiling. Look how hard I'm smiling and laughing. Yes, I am the prince. That's what I am. He's a bloody loon, innit? Here's a bit of a loon. I got way too into that. Oh dear. Alright, done with the giggles then. Get ready for the beating of your life. I enjoy things like you and your friends. Don't cry, bawling and bowing and snivelling on the ground for your lives. Lunge at me instead, The aggression, the boiling blood. Oh, how I love the fire. You daft? There are 13 of us. Yeah, Heathcliff, I think he's just gonna summon his private army. You have no idea how powerful I am. And I shall not relinquish my throne to thee from this budding kingdom. All I have to do is sit here and do nothing, and the blood bags present themselves before me. There's no paradise like this out there. You have no idea what I did to create this place. Oh, how elated my forebear kindreds would be, should they be here to witness what I have created. This cornucopia of abundance, this pleasure, oh, this freedom. But this kingdom is mine! I made it. I'm not giving it away. I'm making him sound like an Oblivion NPC now. This is rather curious. See, there's signs of... Yeah. What are you doing here? Hold on a minute. Yeah. A figure suddenly frantically charged into this car. It was Sasha, the fixer. Why is she here? Because he shrinks into his throne at the sudden burst, terror apparent in his face. I don't think she's here to help us. She's a blood fiend! She's a fucking blood fiend! That's not a prosthetic eye! I fought to my damnedest to go the last one standing. What? Oh, that's why he was terrified. So I told you to warn me. Well. My kindred, my loyal squire, who shall be at my side as I build a dynasty of my own, my family. It's amazing how she's still lucid despite the fact that her face is a crystal right now. Oh boy, this is gonna be a long one, isn't it? I knew that the passengers were dead the moment I realized Sasha was a blood fiend, but this... I really, really hoped that I wouldn't have to face this reality. Not like this. Dawn, calm. Gonna crush her dreams. Oh boy. Here we go. We're getting the Don character stuff.
직원들 복장 점검은 다
Oh, these are weak.
마치셨습니까? 특히
This is a
저번처럼
focus
소매단추를
battle, okay.
덜렁거리는 채로 제압하는 직원이 보여서
I guess we all just attack the same guy. Oh! Oh, we're coming out with a banger!
단숨에 정리.
자, 진정하자. 이분은 이쪽으로 모으고.
하나 눕혔네. 이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 어느새 끝나는 게 싸움인 거지.
I didn't realize something. My model like is very like not swayy right now. Hold on. It's very much fixed into place. I'm gonna try and fix that. No, there's something else. Hold on. I swear I had more like sway on my model before. That's weird. I need to like look at that another time. All you gotta know is that I'm headbanging right now. Wait a minute. I don't like the train noises in the background. Oh god. Ah! There we go. That's more like it. I just need to like readjust myself now. Oh yeah! I'm animated now! Let's freaking do this! Alright. So they're actually like attacking now, so we clash all of these. The best of our ability.
방해물을 제거합니다.
That's not the best of our ability. Okay, there we go. Lovely. Merso. Bruh. Very simple endeavor to not fail one. Ryoshi's got the idea.
상황이 좋다고 할 수는 없지만 여러분은 하실 수 있을 거예요.
What are we doing here? That's a struggle. That's neutral. We'll try that. Nice.
자, 진정하세요.
Ow.
하나 눕혔네. 이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 어느새
Wait,
끝나는
what's
게
happening
싸움인
here? What?
거지.
What is happening? Wait, is that meant to be like the body's like freezing up or something? Or is that a visual glitch? I don't know. Let's do that. Can this like fly against anyone well? Yeah, do that. Actually, since you can clash that, you will clash that. Ryoshu needs to do that, I think. Don Don go into that. Otis will hit that, and then you saying, I think we need to get rid of these fixes, so let's do that.
방해물을 제거합니다.
Bonk.
제압 완료.
I don't know that movement proper or not. I don't think I've had that one before, so this is a bit weird.
뭐든지 하나씩 줄여가면서 시작하는 거지.
Whoa, okay, Sasha is here.
하나씩만 비우면 참 좋을 텐데 말이죠.
She's not looking so hot, huh? Hey, Francis. Oh boy. We're doing pretty well against the move though. Does Don Don have enough? She does. We'll do that first. See how that goes. Yeah, she has some to work with, so we'll go with that. Try it. Oh boy.
그다지 유쾌하진 않고.
Okay, we staggered. That's pretty good. Get hacked apart. Rip space.
방금의 일격은 매우 좋았습니다.
Oh,
제가 만약 도시에서 야구 선수가 되어 홈런을 날렸다면
did we just one turner? We did.
두드려 패.
This is the power of the cleanup
마지막까지
crew.
서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 솔직히 죽은 다음만
I'm gonna
생각해.
leap into that, I think.
공격이 더
That
매서워지거든.
should kill it. So everything else will go into this, I think. Oh,
방해물을 제거합니다.
no, no, no.
자, 진정하세요.
I don't think Nia's here at the moment, so I'm just going to get out of here, spambot.
제압 완료. 승객 보관 준비.
Is that it? Or we got another wave? Ah! Unbelievable. My first kindred to be created without their authorization is this bumbling fool. Be gone from my sight! At least thou hast brought me blood bags for sustenance. Yet it must be responsibility of a parent to clean up the mess of his child. What a load of shit. Well, that says he reached out for the pile of blood bags on the ground, and... Oh no. Oh boy, he's powering himself up. That's a blood fiend, alright. I have not downloaded a new version of Voice of the Void yet. I'll be doing so tomorrow and in preparation for Saturday stream. An armor of hardened blood materialized over the Blood Fiend's body. His sheer aggression and hatred was palpable enough to make our skin crawl. Though my power is yet to fully return, this magnificent armor's quite befitting of a parade for the prince who hath become a king. Wouldn't thou agree? Yes, sir. Yes, you do. Of course you do. Challenge me now, rebels. Challenge thy king.
적의 숨이
It really
끊겼습니다.
does seem like the
동랑님이
railway
보고
war,
계셨다면
huh?
좋았을 텐데요. 평소에 제게 싸우면 어떤
It's a good thing we have
없을 거라고
sanity to go into
놀리셨거든요.
this with. Pathetic. Tell you what, we're gonna hit the telepole special because we can. I'm gonna go for that. Leave me alone.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 점령.
It's almost like Refraction Railway 4 was preparing us for this. That's a lot of health he's got, huh? Shouldn't be an issue for us though. Get telepoled. The power of furry Dondon.
적합한 관리법이었어요.
Charges everyone up.
다행이에요.
You're all filled with determination. That's not as good. That was really bad, actually.
볼까요?
어우, 여긴 답답한데. 나도 나가서
Okay.
싸우면 안 되나?
계약대로 하자고요, 언니.
His clashes aren't that difficult right now. I don't know if that's going to change at all, but... Aryosha, you might as well go for it.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
꽤 잘
Get
먹혀
rifted.
들어가는 공격이었습니다. 제 지시를 정확하게 이해하셨군요.
If W Corp could like pick up on their stuff being used, they're probably just like, why the heck, like, what are all these like cleaners like doing here? Like what? Actually, they're probably more surprising outside of Wolf Trains. Why do we have cleaners in T-Corp? What's going on? That was a big
개체의
hit. That was
약점을
very good.
정확히 꿰뚫었습니다.
What is this?
준비를 철저히 했나 보군요.
Wait. What's going on here? I am the Prince of the Parade. Unclashable. Double the amount healed by Hard Blood Glaive. Reset SP to 0. Gain 10 stored blood. Lose 1 value every time it uses HP. Doesn't get staggered this turn. Ends turn after using the skill. Inflict 2 bleed and plus 1 bleed count. Okay, so... Could we dodge this? Potentially? That could be very funny if it's the case. He can't be staggered this turn, so... I'm not going to do the big payload yet.
내가 눈에 새겨줄게.
Okay, so it did bleed everyone.
응원도 결국은 나약한 자들이나 듣고 싶어하는
Ooh,
위안일
okay.
뿐입니다.
Did he
정보팀은
just fully heal
조금 더
himself?
가치 있는 걸 추구하는 보수 아니겠습니까?
Bro. Okay, not gonna be as easy as I thought. Naturally. We just need to make sure he loses these clashes, so that's not as good. I'm gonna get the sheep out, or should I get the chains out? I'll get the chains of others out, I think. And Ryoshi can just do whatever, I guess. No, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna do that.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
He's got a lot of offense up, but we have just a lot of power. Thanks to
공간을
Otis.
뭉갠다.
So he's gonna start losing stored blood, which is nice.
이런 식의 공격으로 대응하군요.
We lose a bit of HP because of the bleed, but that's fine.
실전에는
Inconsequential.
기세라니까.
Oh, it's equal. It was equal. Now it's not. Get chained.
수많은 것들이 목지어 온다.
I'll lower his power next turn and give him some bind. Something like that.
뭐야? 화이트 믿어.
I'd rather not do that against that. Actually, what are you weak against? Weak against Gloom and Envy. Okay. I think. No, we don't do that this turn. We're just gonna do that for now. We have Rip and Tear, so I'm gonna do it into that. Energy Cycle. What about Leap? Leap will do that. Alright,
충전기능
cool.
점검. 단숨에 정리.
Yeah, that attack power down really does a number on him, huh? Smack? Alright. Now what happens?
해체들이 강력한 공격을 가했군요.
Is this unclashable? No, this is clashable, so we have to clash this. This is a 25 power thing here. I feel like we need to do this. How much rupture do you have? None. Okay. Bloodthirst. Gain 1 fragile and damage up. Okay. He's actually resistant to sloth, so maybe we don't do that. Apparently it's dominating that, so who knows. Oh, he has offense level down. That's interesting. Okay. I think maybe we Honglu it? Yeah, let's try that. Excuse me. Don will leap into the fray, and I guess hit that. Eat that. Oh yeah, he can't roll heads. Of course it's going to be dominating.
다음 세상으로 넘어가려면
Huzzah! Slash!
여기구나.
Very nice. Some good damage we're getting off here. Hopefully he doesn't use that ability next turn to just heal himself. If he does, well, I just hope he doesn't. He doesn't, okay. That's my phone going off, please excuse that.
정보팀은 조금 더 가치 있는 걸 추구하는
A
도서
bunch
아니겠습니까?
of messages on my phone. Suddenly all, like, propped off at once. Don't you just love it when that happens? That's sarcasm, by the way. Well, Don can do the funny thing again, so Don's good. By Jove, Don's gonna do the funny thing.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
I think we should stagger him this turn, which should seal his fate. Ooh, okay. No dodging for you. Vampire, no dodging.
지금이 기회인 것 같소.
Oh!
아마 그 공격이
Oh, he's so boned.
제거합니다.
Gonos, just rip into him. Oh, yeah.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게
Get out of here, you dumb vampire.
That's pretty
바로
good.
정보의 힘입니다.
Yeah. Hey, that's pretty good. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Yeah, cry me a river of blood, you dumb vampire. Yes, I love your boiling human blood, but this is too painful. Oh no, we lost we lost Gregor and Sinclair. We lost the Swiss and the Jew. No. Don will keep fight. Oh my god, Don's covered in blood. Don Quixote continues to wildly pummel the blood fiend Phalanx, breaking, stabbing, and crushing him every time a body part regenerated. I am so hungry. Ridiculous! Thy hunger is no justification for this massacre thou hast wrought. Shut up! You don't understand! You don't know how awful it is to survive on that disgusting blood for 200... No, I don't even want to think about it! Shut up! Be quiet! No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, let me just have a little sip. Just a small sip, please. Ugh, it's also useless about how many times you stab me. My voice is gonna be so fucked tomorrow. She is on a crusade. is power. The Blood Fiend's regeneration is powerful. He's regenerating as fast as Don Quixote is destroying him. He's regenerating at an insane rate. We can't. Ugh. My kindred! My child! I have given thee new life, invited thee to this banquet. So do thy responsibilities. The blessings of a parent must be repaid, no! Oh no, she has risen. I'm gonna stop doing the voice because it's actually gonna kill my throat. Find no weakness, break their anchor, make them kneel and grovel before me in desperation just as you had. Wait, what's that idea? Is that the way they fight? Reminds me of the way we prosthetic using fixers fight. Huh? Oh? One of the remaining arms Sasha picked up. The MasterCard key Faust showed in one of them. She dropped it! Oh no. What is going to happen? Ishmael and Merso, who had been holding Cassetti down, were no match for his strength without Don Quixote's fury. The Blood Fiend threw them both to the side and grabbed the keycard. Oh no. Cassetti examines the master keycard with clear interest. Without that keycard, we'll be trapped inside his train for thousands of years until it reaches its destination. Dante. Yeah, you can say that. Faust took a deep breath, as if she was about to take a deep dive into the source of all this trouble. Her over-reliance on Faust. From what I can tell, Faust has always been operating based on information she received from quote-unquote Faust. So, a situation like this, where she has to make decisions on her own, has to be unfamiliar to her. But Faust is an admirable sinner with or without Faust. I've been thinking the same thing about myself, actually. I might have been relying too much on that perfect Faust. But even without Faust, you still gave us good directions to follow after analyzing the information we brought you. Maybe uncertainty itself doesn't always have to be a problem for us. Remember? Thus the lack of plan itself becomes the plan. You said it yourself. How lost? The constant is, however. Oh. Compromise. You there, looks like thou art the one who's been regenerating your friends. Stop doing that, alright? Just stop doing that. Don't heal a single one of them. I didn't have the time to regenerate Don Quixote's severe injuries just yet, and the rest of the sinners were already unconscious. The only sinner who could still move and talk normally was Faust, who I just rewound the clock for. Yeah, let's do that. Oh boy. We're going to the negotiating table with a fucking vampire, dude. There's no doubt in my mind that Cassetti must be absolutely exhausted by the unending barrage of attacks from Don Quixote and the sinners. Faust's suggestion that we move this conversation to a different place without the sinners must have been a sweet one. Just you two, huh? Yeah, let's take him to the freight car. Nothing bad's gonna happen there. That clock must be thy monarch, then, hmm? And thou art one of the retainers. Correct. Very well, this will be a royal debate then. It is only right that royalty talks to no one else but the one who is his equal. I'm sorry, Don Don. We'll be back in a minute, Don. Thus we left the incapacitated sinners and Don Quixote, who watched on with hollow, despondent eyes as we walked away. We carefully made our way into the freight car. So Faust, why are we doing this in the freight car again? Dante, this will be my first attempt at a gamble. What?! With that, the door closed shut behind us. Is she gonna wake Virgilius up? She'll be like, allow me to demonstrate that keycard's capabilities, opens Virgilius's capsule. He's just like, what the fuck is going on, dude? This passageway leads straight into Mephistopheles. This is where it all started. This stupid bus awoke me from my slumber, huh? If only this bus hadn't completely filled up the freight car. I wasn't planning to start the parade so soon and create a kindred here. Connection has been restored. The suddenness of her statement briefly knocked me off my train of thought. I looked at her and cocked my head in confusion, and she replied with an even quieter whisper without looking away from the blood fiend. Although Mephistopheles has re-established my connection to Faust. Ding! Don't make that noise! You'll tip him off to something. Did you know this will work? No. As I stated before, this was a pure, incalculable gamble based on my own uncertain hypothesis. This success helped me somewhat comprehend Miss Rodia's fascination with gambling. That's a steep thing to climb, alright? The slippery slope, that's what I meant to say. A faint smile appeared on Faust's lips for a moment before fading away. Now that the connection has been re-established, I'd like to make a complaint against the Gesellschaft management regarding the fact that they neglect to list the information pertaining to lost connection with the interiors of warp trains. However, oh no, she is sending a report to the moderators. My installation of the city takes precedence. I have much reason to believe that their omission was done on purpose, but I hope such is not the case. Faust gently advanced toward the blood fiend. Let's discuss the details of our compromise. What are you willing to accept in return for the Master Key card? If thou wert just anyone, I would have wished to turn thee all to blood bags and drink every last drop of thy blood. But thou art unlike a common person. My wish is to maintain the secrecy of this kingdom of mine for as long as possible, and thine wish is to leave this place, right? Once I relinquish to thee this keycard, and once thou returnest to your first-class seats, we'll live here happily, like nothing ever happened. And when the trains get here, you get off the train. Everything goes back to the way they're supposed to be. How's that for a deal? Like nothing happened. Faust, what about the job we were contracted to do in the first place? Our memories and any signs of battle will be entirely erased upon our arrival. We'll have no way to relay our news, whether one of success or failure. What was the point in this mission, then? If we had the means to defeat him, then at least W Corp could inform us that our contract was successful after the fact. However, this current scenario will leave us with nothing to show for, not even the smallest hint, and the contract will end in failure. However, what takes precedence over the contract is you and the sinner's psychological stability. It's not like we've always been successful, so that was something I could live with, but what about the other passengers of this train and its future passengers? I remember the look on Don Quixote's face whenever we would come across these inevitable forms of injustice. Faust does not reply, yet the lack of reply was a reply all on its own. Are we going to have to let them die? Innocent lives will be lost, but we cannot prioritize their lives over our safety. That must be Faust and the company's policy. And yet... Holy crap! She made it here herself. Dawn? I thought her wounds were too severe to even crawl, let alone walk. But with sheer force of will, she pushed herself through the pain to reach the freight car. will not tolerate this. We cannot let this vile wretch live and turn a blind eye to everything he's done. Oh no, negotiations are gonna break down now. It's again! What? You want to stay here for what is essentially an eternity within this train? I know the truth. Everything hinges on this key, doesn't it? As soon as I break this in half, you have to spend the eons inside this. I care not. I would welcome the eons, should it mean eons of penance for thee. 'Tis much preferable to letting thy villainy go unanswered. Let this place be the site of thine eternal judgment. First, and I grabbed Don Quixote. She'd normally be strong enough to wiggle free of our grips, but she had already pushed herself beyond her limits merely by walking here. Faust, unhand me! Thou mustn't let him live, Manager Esquire! Don, letting him destroy the key means that you'll be condemning the Simmers to thousands of years of torment. Then I shall fill the millennia with tales of legend I had read in magazines. No time, however infinite, shall be too great to overcome should we endeavor as one. Certainly. You are aware that your suggestion is no solution at all, Don Quixote. But then there has to be another way. No? Thou art both possessors of great wisdom. Faust, Manager, Esquire. Is there truly no path which we may bring justice to the villain and the sinners remain unharmed? Her struggle begins to wane. But this was no acceptance, this was dejection. Wait! Don, no! In the commotion, we failed to notice that the Blood Fiend had quietly advancing at us. We let Don Quixote go at the last second, but we were a second too late. Oh, my dearest parent, forgive my transgression for creating another without thy saying. Thou shalt become the second kindred of my... Oh, Jesus Christ, that's horrifying! Garcetti screams incoherently as he leaps onto Don Quixote, piercing her neck with his fangs before we even had the chance to do anything. Oh, I did not expect this to be the solution. Faust? What do you mean, the solution? According to this information I've viewed in the past, and once again just now, it's... Dante, take cover behind me and remain absolutely still. And please, do note that the other sinners must never hear a word of what is about to happen. Oh. Levitate slide into the air. The strings on her shoes unraveling as they slip off her feet on their own. She looks on with bewilderment as her running shoes fall to the floor. And... screams. Rocinante. Oh no. Oh no. I've always had this question swirling at the unfocused backstage of my mind. Why are you always so protective of those running shoes, Don Don? Running shoes? Ah. Dost thou speak of our dear Rocinante? Yeah, those. I have battled through thick and thin, feast and famine with dear Rocinante, in sorrow and in joy, no matter the brutality of trials that hath struck me. It hath been a loyal steed by my side for however long it hath been in existence. She doesn't know when she got them? Ah, Manager Esquire, wherefore hast thou not saluted Rocinante as well? This may be a rather auspicious occasion to do so. Nope, I think I'm good. Haha, be not so bashful, go on ahead. Looks stinky. Small girls torturing TikTok with stinky. Sorry, that's just really funny. Stinky they are not. Scuffed as they might appear, Rocinante is in pristine condition. Also, thou shalt not address me as a small girl. Evacuate, evacuate. She's running. Don Don, don't tell me you go to sleep wearing those running Rocinante. Oh ho, I have always been quite certain that someone so esteemed as the Manager Esquire would care to ask me how Rocinante fares. I didn't mention that this question was inspired by numerous eyewitness reports of over Sinners who saw her wandering the halls in her pajamas and wearing Rocinante. She has pajamas? When are you showing us the Don Don pajamas, Project Moon? Kim, when are you showing us the Don Don PJs? I wanna see those Jimmy Jams. Verily, Rocinante and I remain bound together even in slumber. There shall be no separating the two of us. We are bound not by need nor want. We are simply bound together through plight and delight. Now that I think about it, every single identity of Don Quixote was always wearing those pair of running shoes, Rocinante. The screen is turning redder. The screen is turning redder. Have you ever taken them off? Take them off? Why, whatever dost thou mean? As in, detach Rocinante from my body? 'Tis a very odd insinuation thou maketh. She looks at me with puzzled eyes, as though taking those pair of running shoes off was somehow an inconceivable idea. They were something much more than just her favorite pair of running shoes. Her odd attitude of treating something so far removed from common sense as something completely ordinary. What does Rocinante mean to Don Quixote? What even is that thing? An overwhelmingly powerful pressure suddenly explodes, radiating in all directions. As the metallic stench of blood suffocates the bus, filling every corner of it with its sickening horror. Then, darkness. No. In all-absorbing darkness, voice is our only light. They got the live 2D CGs! You are the second kindred. How did you? I should have felt your presence. I do think I saw a faint outline of an aura. I see a red aura, and a long fur adornment of sorts. Through the shimmering aura, I think I saw, red eyes. You have committed the sin of filial impiety, transgressor. I know that voice, but I also don't. I've never heard it in such a low, imposing tone before. It speaks toward the lesser being. The blood fiend, shriveled and kneeling, trembling, pathetic. Mercy, O venerated ancestor! I beg for the mercy of the second kindred! I beg for the mercy of the second kindred! I beg! Insolent worm. Oh god. Crimson droplets of blood slowly rises from the blood fiend's mouth before congealing and sealing his mouth shut. No language worming its way out of your maw shall be worth my ears. No. To commit the sin of filial impiety by attempting to travel against the bloodstream, to commit such abomination against your ancestor, I cannot well sanction your impudence of continued existence. Coagulate, then melt away. Cossetti's body begins liquefying into a slick stream of blood, his form curdling and crumbling, then dripping to the ground. Rapidly yet ponderously, like the ice cream Don Quixote loves so much, melting away on the floor, heated under the searing sun. This is so peak. I'm sweating. Oh, I am sweating right now. Ah. You. Don Quixote turned to look at me, who was still on the ground after being thrown by the shockwave. And with a cryptic look of pity, she uttered something. Indeed, You must be the promised timepiece. Something I couldn't quite understand. Rocinante, to me. Rocinante, I beseech you. I carefully reached out, grabbed her shoes, and slipped them onto her bare feet, one by one. Ah, one day, she gasped, stumbled, and slumped to the ground. My mind is blown! They were right! Oh, they were so right. Oh, man. Korea did it again. People were theorizing that she was a blood fiend for the longest time. I thought they were on... I thought they were on crack. I thought they were on copium. They were not. They were onto something. This is real. Oh my god. This might be one of the craziest reveals in the story so far. That is insane. I knew that the sinners would all be shocked and confused. After all, when they, including Faust and Don Quixote, all came back to life after I rewound the clock, and all that remained was the destroyed door to the freight car and the disgusting, obliterated remains of what was once Cassetti. Most I was just like, I'm not going to question it. Whatever you did, it seems like it was appropriate. Well, good work, everyone. Oh. Thanks, Mercer. Wait. Who are those three? Faust. The manager. And Don Quixote, who is still unconscious. Wow, you are spot on. Haha, when did you even have the time to notice that? Oh boy. I identified by analyzing the walking cadence and voices, moments before my loss of consciousness. Oh boy. Deep slumber. I remember everything, of course. Don Quixote's sudden transformation. How she practically erased the blood fiend's kindred from the world without even lifting a finger. But I also remember Faust's last words. They must never hear a word of what is about to happen. Don Quixote was unconscious and Faust was answering every question with silence. It was only natural that their eyes would fall on me. That's, you know... Last I remember, it was in Cassetti's hands. I hope it's still there. Ryo's just like, this is a good look for you, she says as she stares at the puddle that was once a man. Don't tell me the keycard melted. The remains have melded with his finger bones. It appears to become one with the middle oh no. Wait, oh. Everyone, calm down! I said, calm! Oh no! Wait, did the cigarettes ever go out? If, like, everything's, like, frozen? How about we force one of these doors? Oh no. It will require approximately 5 hours to formulate and proceed with an explanation no matter the last... Well. Yo, she's learning to summarize? It delivered to you in a digital summarized format. Well, that was short-lived. She's acting all smug again. We can utilize the back door of Mephistopheles. So we headed to the corridor past the back door. Don Quixote slung over one of our shoulders and arrived at our destination. Wait, what? I can't not ask what happened after seeing the state you were all in. Grains of sand and seashell-like things fell with every step the sinners took. Wait. Wait, what happened to them? Grains of some time ago. Faust explained the simpler gist of this plan as we made our way to the back door. To put it simply, we'll spend the time at a space disconnected from the train. The train should be arriving at its destination in approximately 10 seconds, going by the A-Corp timescale. All we must do is remain somewhere in our original dimension for that duration. And with that, Faust came to a sudden stop in the middle of one of the corridors. The correct door. Alright. This is the correct door. I didn't bother to verify what's behind it. I just decided I just know that this is the right one. Oh no, she's gonna intentionally... So now she's going to the Faust Discord and just being like, can someone tell me what this is? No spoilers. Oh god. Things just got a bit weirder. Faust did not wait for Heathcliff to finish his sentence before jerking the door wide open. Now please enter through this door. With Faust's stern command, we quickly walked into a building that looked like a derelict, abandoned hospital of sorts. A sandstorm. Yo, this is like a fully animated sandstorm. That's crazy. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. The senators blurted out colourful series of complaints, trying to cover themselves in the blasting sandstorm. But Faust continued the count in that same indifferent rhythm, while dragging us out of there just as urgently as she herded us in. So, we managed to return safe and sound to the interiors of the warp train as it arrived at the P-Corp platforms. And the train was still getting cleaned up, that is. And our bodies completely covered in sand. Yeah, the cleanup agents are probably just like, what the hell? These guys are fine? Oh, so you guys are people like Captain told us about. Oh, we get to keep our memories. That's cool. Okay, something weird's going on there. Now that I became intimately familiar with the meaning of the gesture, I followed her to the outside without another word. Arrived? Have we arrived? Rise and shine, lass. Oh boy. I was finally able to ask Faust once Virgilius left. Why did you do that? Faust's body was quite literally blasted to pieces from the sheer explosive pressure that filled the room the moment Don Quixote's shoes came off. Oh god. It was as though she knew that it was going to happen. Because it was the proverbial course of action. Yeah. Honestly, if that happened to Dante, that would have been very bad. No, I'm not blaming you for that. I just want to know how long you've known that Don Quixote is. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, of course I've always known. According to my private judgment in the moment, yes, that was the appropriate time. As my connection to all communication. Yeah, very layered. The usual Faust has returned. Faust replied to Yisang's nebulous wording with quiet affirmation. Do you suppose I shall see her again? Oh, is Yisang smitten by the curious Faust? She shot a puzzled look at Yisang. It was quite the pleasant encounter, was it not? Phew. Internet of War. I think he's saying no. I think he keyed in on it. I mean, he's a fellow intellectual. I'd be surprised if he didn't. He wants to meet the real Faust one day. Just a meeting of minds. The internet of the warp train was such a chaotic mess that it felt shorter than it really was. Also learned so much about so many things, but it was too soon to start racking our brains over what kind of nonsense trial we're about to face in P-Corp, so I decided to enjoy this momentary peace. So this is P-Corp. Looks interesting. I don't know what to think about the architecture right now. It's not it's not like standing out or anything to me. There's a lot of posters, I can see that much. But the architecture of Stealth, I don't really see what kind of styling it might be taking after, if any. So I guess we'll see what P-Corp's all about in the next next bits of story. The sinners look at Don Quixote's bewildered awakening, grinning. There's no way to know what we'll be facing here at District 16. But we got this, right? The same faith I saw in Faust who believes in uncertainty rises within me too. I looked up to Faust, only to see that Faust was looking at me as well. She nodded at me with her usual, barely noticeable smile, and I gave her a light nod back in return. Time to go find ourselves another golden bough. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. It looks interesting. That's the event! We did it! We got through the entire event. Nice! And I think we got a lot of currency. Holy crap. I am grabbing these. I'm gonna grab the Heathcliff.
이야, 시간 한번 더럽게 잘 가네.
Today's slowest shite in it. That's pretty funny. Nice. And there's some other goodies that I'll probably grab at some point. Pretty solid amount of content. Yeah. I like the events, like, because like the events in other gacha games, they feel so much longer than that. But I like how like compact these stories are. Like, they don't drag on. They have the right amount of content. Absolutely lovely. We got like a new effect and stuff for our pass. It's very good. I'll put that one on. Why not? No. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Lovely. Well, that's gonna do it for this stream. I love that. That was a super cool event. I am always gonna be excited for. I've done it all. Now I just have to farm the currency. But wow. Thank you to everyone who's joined me tonight for this stream. I've had a brilliant time, and I hope that I've provided as a nice backdrop for some people. And if anyone came here for the Limbus stuff, then I hope you enjoyed it as well. Next stream's going to be on Saturday. We'll be back with Voice of the Void. It's going to be 0.8, the new update. It was my first time with the new update before. Now it's the new update. So we're going to have fun with that. And yeah, come what may after that. But yes, thank you very much as well, everyone. Thank you again. Thank you for coming, Tomato. Thank you for coming, Scarlet. Help me get through work. Oh, I'm always happy to help with that. Like anytime, like if I can help people get through their work days, then I'm doing my part. That makes me feel fulfilled. But yes. Thank you once again, everyone. I will see you on Saturday. So take care, everyone. I'm cutting the outros out since I don't really think they're needed. So stream's just gonna end out of nowhere. So yeah. Bye-bye. Take care. And bye.